And Hy-Vee has grab-and-go options for last-minute get-togethers, and they can do all the cooking for you. They can do all the setup and even take care of that horrible cleanup. You don't have to do anything when you cater with Hy-Vee. And they have a wide range of menu options to suit your budget, from ready-to-heat-and-serve meals to full-service catering. Any size group or any occasion, weddings, graduation, corporate lunches, watch parties, it doesn't matter. It can all be done with my friends at Hy-Vee. So get in touch with them and let them handle everything. They'll do a great job for you. The food will be fantastic. The service will be awesome. And you will love everything you get when you cater from my friends only at Hy-Vee. So look at Hy-Vee today when it comes to catering. Only at Hy-Vee.
Rally House, shop every team in town, college and pro, come on, it's time to go.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
Kansas, Missouri, Kansas State, Chiefs and Royals make KC great. Rally House, Rally House, it's your city, it's your house, it's the Rally House.
Level up your fandom in-store or online at rallyhouse.com.
When Kansas City storms roll through, hail and wind can damage your roof without you even realizing it. If your home was hit, call us at Century Roofing for a free inspection today. We handle every step with your insurance company, making the process stress-free and easy for you. For over 35 years and more than 35,000 roofs, we've been protecting Kansas City homes. Let us protect yours. Trust the pillars of strength with KC-based and female-owned. Century Roofing, KC.com.
Century Roofing, trust the pillars of strength.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
I stopped smoking with Mark Patrick's Hypnosis when nothing else worked. 1 year later, my wife Michelle and I attended the Mark Patrick Weight Loss Hypnosis Seminar. In 2 months, lost 43 pounds, and she lost 18 pounds.
And we feel great.
Join Mark Patrick Hypnosis and lose the weight or stop smoking. Only $59.99 guaranteed or your money back. Hypnosis, Wednesday, April 1st at the Wingate by Wyndham, Kansas City. Formerly Sure Stay Plus by Best Western in Kansas City. Lose weight hypnosis, 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking hypnosis, 8 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
Brought to you by Gravely Commercial Mowers. Gravely Mow the Difference sales event on now through March 29th. Your reputation matters. That's why so many landscape professionals choose Gravely. You can save up to 20% on Gravely Commercial Mowers during the Gravely Mow the Distance sales event going on now through the 29th. Visit your local Gravely dealer today.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Missouri side, 435 northbound, big trouble at Gregory. Freeway shut down there. Long delays to get to that point. About 2 miles of backed up traffic just crawling along coming up from 87th Street. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
All right, here we go. Now we're jamming. Now we're cooking. Now we're waking up. Find me a diner with some good old runny eggs. Real quickly, how do you prefer your eggs?
I was going to just ask you the same question, man.
Weird.
It just depends. You know, I don't know. I'll eat them any way.
One way the rest of your life.
Fried, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Over easy.
Yeah.
There you go.
I like
Great.
the little bit of the yolk, you know.
Yeah, I'm an over easy guy. I'm going to flip it once and then take it off in like 10 seconds.
How are you with poached eggs?
Not a fan.
Okay.
That's the only egg I really don't eat.
Which one's that?
The one where you put it in boiling
Boiling
water. And
water.
it gets that almost like that transparency look.
You got to like stir it to make sure it all stays together.
I would
and
eat
then
it.
Take
Like
it
if you-
out.
normally that's what they'll put like in a ramen, right? Is that
or you like the avocado toast, stuff like
Oh,
that.
okay, that little cut.
Yes.
Yeah, and
yes.
the
That's
egg,
all right. I'm okay
it's
with
like a
that.
soft-boiled egg, for lack of a better term,
Yes.
right? Yeah, you're okay
tell
with that
me
one?
You can tell me a difference in a scrambled egg and an omelet?
No.
I don't either. An omelet has ingredients. By the way, Hubert Davis, real quick. We'll get back to this later on in the show. Hubert Davis, I think, is a $3.86 million buyout. And
Nice.
according to The Athletic, the two names that North Carolina is seeking the most, you ready for this? Tommy Lloyd, we know who he is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Billy Donovan.
Yeah, I
Chicago
saw
Bulls.
that name too. Billy Donovan is. I like that. I like that.
That'd be
hire,
great,
actually,
yeah.
It's worked with Hoiberg.
Yeah.
Donovan was at Florida.
Yep.
Clearly awesome. 2 titles back to back. Goes to the pros. Meh. Right? Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Hoiberg goes to the pros. Not the best. Comes back, goes to Nebraska. How you doing?
Yep.
Billy Donovan goes to the pros. Coincidentally, they both go to Chicago.
Right.
I mean, he was at Oklahoma City as well. But I'm just saying, it'd be kind of interesting to see if Billy Donovan wants to come back to college basketball.
Let me ask you guys this as basketball fans more so than I am. Would you leave an NBA job for a college job now, regardless of who the school is, right? Because I would not. I wouldn't have done that 20 years ago. I sure as hell would not do it now. The anxiety that you're going to absorb by going to a college, because at least in the pros, you're working for the Bulls, Jerry Reinsdorf, you're answering to him. That's it. You're done, right? You go coach at North Carolina or wherever, and now you've got the athletic director. Now you got an assistant athletic director. Now you've got the fundraising guy. Oh, and then by the way, all the boosters. And then you got to deal with the parents. And then you got to deal with the kids. And then you got to deal. I mean, if you just want to coach basketball, college is not where you go. College is a not a spot to go to coach basketball. It's where you go to deal with all the BS, and then there's a game at the end of the day.
Would you rather be the head coach at Kansas or the head coach for the Brooklyn Nets?
The Brooklyn Nets, quite honestly, I would, because you fly in anonymity. You make, what?
That's true.
Right? Like, no, who's the coach of the Nets? I don't know who that is.
Couldn't tell you.
Right?
I know our boy
no
Quinn
idea.
Snyder got a 140 burger last night for Atlanta.
Wow,
The
how
other
about
night,
that?
too,
I like that. But I don't know half the managers in baseball right now. I saw the guy who's like the manager of the Orioles. I've never heard of this guy.
He's from Tennessee. Oh no,
that's the Giants
Yeah, there you
manager
go.
that they hired from Tennessee. Yeah, that guy. I mean, you're hiring I don't know who any of these people. They're all nameless, faceless guys as managers and coaches in the NBA. And the only coaches that we really know are football coaches. Let's call it what it is, right?
Did you get back and kind of catch up on your phone what you missed? Because they were doing this thing that went viral about because everyone's confused to this day that why do baseball managers wear uniforms?
Sure, yeah.
And it was like if every other sport the coaches wore uniforms, and when they had a picture of Louisville versus Kansas, and it was Bill and Patino in basketball uniforms.
I would love that.
Arms crossed.
Fantastic.
It's so good. But
And then they
seriously,
showed football coaches in pads and eye black on the sideline.
Yes.
I mean, maybe tomorrow for opening day we can do real big league manager or made up name, because I mean I don't know who these people are. Like if you go outside of Kansas City, nobody knows who Matt Quatrero is. I guarantee you they don't know who he is, right? Because we don't know who any other managers are, and that's the way it is. I think in the NBA, I couldn't tell you who the basketball coach was with the Brooklyn Nets, but I guarantee he's making a couple of $1 million a year, and he does not have the same stress and pressure that you would have by going to North Carolina or even going to Kansas or even going to Duke. Like
Jordy Fernandez is the Brooklyn Nets officially named to the position April of 2024. So he's had it for a while.
He's had it for a while.
24th head coach in franchise history.
Yeah, all right. Oh, Jordy Fernandez, right? Find out what Jordy Fernandez is making, and I'll tell you, I'll take that job over the North Carolina job any day of the week. I just think this is why you look at a guy like Bill Self, he's talking about walking away. The game has changed so much. It's just so much not about the sport, guys, anymore, as it is about all the other stuff. And if you just want to go coach basketball now, the NBA may be your spot, or Johnson County Community College, a place like that. But at Division I, it's just not about the basketball hardly anymore. And these guys get burnt out and tired of doing it, and the rat race gets very, very old.
There you go. I don't know what his contract is, but he's probably making more in the NBA than you'd make. I don't know.
I don't know. Depends on where you go. Like you said, Hubert was making $3.5 million a
and
year.
then some of these guys' buyouts, if they want to go get them, like Florida's Todd Golden's buyout, $16 million.
That's outstanding. Good for him. Yeah.
So you want me, you got to pay me $16 million, then put me on your team. This is interesting to me because I read this yesterday, and it says Chiefs could still go Jeremiah Love.
Mm-hmm.
I know these are ideas because we're bored and football's like almost there.
We're a month away from the draft now.
Yeah, less than a month.
32 days, I think, is what I saw this morning.
Oh, I thought we were a month on Monday.
But depending on how you count your months,
Okay.
you know, is it weeks or is it based on days? It just depends.
The draft is the 22nd or the 24th through the 26th in Pittsburgh. Is that right?
Yeah.
The 26th through the 24th, 26, 27. Or
If it's
26 to the
30,
20,
yeah,
26
whatever
to the
it is.
28th,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Cody and Gold will be there in Pittsburgh. You can ask them at 10 to 2. But to go, okay, so anyways, this comes from Sleeper Chiefs. There's still some thought from people that know who are dialed in that if Jeremiah Love is sitting there at 9, that there could be the pick for the Chiefs if he's there sitting at 9. So
I'm going to ask you, why is he still there at 9?
Yeah, because I think he's going to go to Tennessee. I really do. I don't think they skip on that. I think they take you know how we like nostalgia, how it sells? Boy, when we had Derrick Henry and we were good.
Yeah.
This guy's not Derrick Henry, but he's elite.
Oh, and they're also wearing Oiler uniforms now, so you want to double down on that nostalgia, Dusty. That's
Eddie
what Tennessee's
George.
doing, yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think he gets to 9. I think it's an interesting topic, and it's from Todd McShay. They just retweeted the quote. No. I mean, I'd be more confused if he was at 9 and they took him than if they went at 9 with, like, right tackle.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, well,
Really? Okay.
Because they just gave Walker so much money.
Yeah, they really did, yeah.
And then they
don't
went
know,
and signed DeMarcado, and they have Rashard Smith.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I mean, I'm not considering him like a huge piece, but I'd be like, he's just as cheap. And then now you're going to have 3
They're
running
trading,
backs.
aren't they?
Well, Mac and I are both. Mac kind of has like persuaded me that it's okay if they trade back.
Yeah.
Yeah, trading down's fine.
Trading
totally
down is
good.
great.
Down,
yeah.
I don't know the terminology. Turn the air up. Does
Trading
that mean
back?
go
Yeah,
higher or
same
lower?
thing.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Why is a parkway and
Turn
a driveway
the air
a
up. Does that mean
driveway?
to go to 66 or to go to like 71? I'm so confused. But no, I'm out. I don't know. I don't want a running back at this point. I want a receiver or I want a frickin' edge, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think the running back at this point in time is a full position right now, right? You've got your guys. You paid Kenneth Walker. You've got people there that you can count on. I think right now. Yeah, Ken.
Mitch
Ken,
told you
that-
5 times
That's right.
that it's
Ken Walker. You wrote the check. You scratched the check, and so now that's where you go. You can't go running back. I think that would signal to me a little confusion. I think that's going on, but I really think they're going to trade back. I just get that feeling right now because I continue to look at these mock drafts. And every trade back down. Yeah, up would be to go up to 1, but you trade back, trade down. But I just look at like these mock drafts, and every time I look at number 9, it's a guy I've never heard of before. And I'm not saying like
We
that's
still
the,
know
the
who 9
wrong.
is.
Yeah, exactly.
Neither does Minnesota.
Yeah, neither does Minnesota.
Look at that guy, I'm like,
Carson Wentz is their backup plan, but so I every time I look at their pick at number 9, it's like. Trade back. Stockpile more picks, get more players. You got a few holes in the roster that still need to be filled. And if you want to take a tackle later,
When do you
that's
make
fine.
that trade?
That the day of when you're getting ready to pick. I mean, you wait it out for as long as you
I
can.
mean, yeah, if Love's available, you definitely wait till it's there. And then Jeremiah Love's sitting there, and who wants it? And then the price will be that much higher, which I wouldn't hate, but I also wouldn't. I can see the vision. It would not be my first or second, probably even third choice, but I can see the vision with getting Jeremiah Love because you've got a long road to hoe to fix this wide receiver room, boys.
You really do.
I don't think this is a 1-year fix. This is even if you hit all your pieces and get another free. Like I really don't. Like they've got 3 guys in there now. And we don't even know if any of those guys are good. Tyquan Thornton, maybe.
Right.
I'll give him certified.
He's the only one you can truly rely on at this point.
I'll give 1. So they have 1 good guy, 2 unknown, and Xavier Worthy. What we do know hadn't been exactly great so far. So,
I'm good with Xavier Worthy, though, with an adult in the room coaching him this year. I'm
excited
really
for it.
intrigued by that.
Yeah.
I really am. Rasheed Rice, all the coaching in the world can't keep him
I'm
from,
also okay with Xavier Worthy because he didn't have it's not like he had a terrible rookie year. And then last year he got blown up on the first play. He was never the same.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
There's been flashes. I've said it. I'm giving him the first 6 weeks of the season to really give my final judgment on him if that's a bust or not. I really think he's going to be – there's a chance that he's fine. Either way, they've got a long road to hoe to fix this. Why not make something that's one of your few strengths on the offensive side even that much stronger? Have both those running backs. They never get tired. Both of them can go out and catch passes. Now you become this 2 running back system with Patrick Mahomes. The play action would kill it. Again,
you're
not my first or
convincing me
second
on
choice,
that
but
one
I'm
too,
like,
though. I kind of
it's like, and now we have the best running game with the best quarterback, and we've got a top 10 offensive line. Let's go.
I disagree with that because we don't know if this team can run the ball.
Yeah, I was just going to say by
Like
October,
they might have. I mean, potentially yes.
Why don't we know that?
Why don't we know that? Because we haven't ran the ball.
Yeah.
And we don't run the ball. We haven't ran the ball for 4 years. And we've never had a running back like this since Kareem Hunt. So hopefully that's what we see, and that's what we're basing this off of. But we didn't have any of these offensive linemen when they had Kareem Hunt in 2017. Yes, Ken Walker is supposed to be a good running back. He is a good running back. It should fit in the system. But again, we don't know if this team can execute that.
Yeah.
And so I'm not sold that they're going to be this like top 5 running offense in the NFL. I need to be shown that. And I don't think that's a bad take or like a negative take. I don't know what Andy's going to dial up for running the ball because I honestly have not seen him do it.
Yeah, and you're 100% right about that, Dusty. And I think that's a fair conversation to have.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Mac. I'll let you take
said
this.
they had the best. They were going to have one of the best wide receiving cores last year in football, and they sucked.
Yeah. So does Andy Reid not know how to do the passing game?
Apparently not. The last 3 years.
Okay, well then Andy Reid screwed. This team's screwed if that's the case. If they get
That's
Ken
not what I'm
Walker,
saying.
but that's what I'm saying. If what you're saying is true, if Ken Walker's in this
It's not
team,
true. It's a theory.
If Ken Walker's in this building, well, no, I know. If your theory is true and Ken Walker's in this building, this running game still sucks. Well, then nothing matters about this team.
And
Then
again,
everything else is just.
I don't think that I said it sucks. It's just unknown, and I'm not here to say that it's going to be this immediate blast into the league of like, oh, now they have Ken Walker and they have the Chiefs. It's just going to magically work and be this exact same recipe that you think it's going to be because said name is with said name. I'm just saying I would like to see that before I make this allegation to say they're going to have a top 5 running game. They're going to have great, everything's going to be out there. I just don't know that. And I also haven't seen Ken Walker be the guy on a team. I've always seen him with Charbonnet.
And to Dusty's point, there's a great article on ESPN that goes into the free agent signings from 2013 to 2022, and it's broken down into whether or not these guys are busts or whether or not these guys get their money's worth. And they ranked them from 1 to 6, 6 being an all-pro caliber superstar, all the way down to number 1, a player who seriously underwhelms. And they even have a 0 ranking as well. The average player that was signed of 500 free agents between 2013 and 2022, you had 0.6% of those grade out as a superstar after the signing.
Confused.
3.6% grade out as a Pro Bowler. What I'm getting at is Kenneth Walker has more of an opportunity to be a bust than he does to be a success. Because you look at the running back position of free agents signed from 2013 to 2022, the average level of success on a scale of 0 to 6 was 1.4.
Yeah,
a 10% success rate. So Ken Walker
That's
may not
all
be
the more reason to draft Jeremiah Love.
And that kind of goes to your point too. Yeah, because
that'd be all the more reason.
But
to
also
load
the
up.
Dusty point, he doesn't know what Ken Walker is going to be. The odds say from the last 10 years, he's not going to be what we think he's going to be. And so to Mac's point, maybe you do need to draft the running back.
And I'm not saying that he's not going to be something. I just don't know what Andy Reid is going to do with this. I haven't seen this in Kansas City. I've seen him with LaShawn McCoy. I've seen that. I've seen with Brian Westbrook. That was decades ago. And they had Kareem Hunt, and it worked.
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, Jamal Charles was 2012.
Yeah, Andy's first year. Yeah.
Kareem Hunt. Yeah.
Kareem Hunt was 1 year, and that's what I said. I haven't seen it since then.
But to Mac's point, they really haven't had that guy since then either.
Yeah, and we still loved Darrell and Damian Williams.
Yeah.
Those guys were productive. Charkandrick West and Spencer Ware, below average running backs, were really productive in this offense.
Yeah.
I think you've given Andy Reid, as in Brett Veach, whoever's running this team, have given Andy Reid kind of crap, for lack of a better term. And he's kind of made it into something that smells pretty nice.
But
for
you
the
also
most
had
part.
Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce and Sammy Watkins all in their prime doing the thing. So the passing game everybody was freaked out about lent itself to running the football.
So I guess that's kind of my point is let's flip that around now because they don't have the wide receivers. Let's make the running backs the Kelce and to your point, Dusty, I agree. I don't know if Ken Walker can be that bell cow for 17 games. Again, let's add him with Jeremiah Love. Mm-hmm. All the more reason.
Yeah.
Now I don't have to worry about it.
But if they do have these great, let's say they do draft Jeremiah Love and you have Ken Walker as a dual backfield threat, are they going to respect the pass?
that left it.
Not the greatest run, guard, but he's big, he's short, and then whatever right tackle did more, I'm not sure there. But again, if that works, plus I think that's the having Ken Walker back there as well.
Is where it's like Pacheco had so many opportunities, it seemed, when we got to watch it the next day.
Yeah.
Where it's like it was right there.
Right there.
It was right there. Walker's not going to miss that.
Right,
So
exactly.
to Mac's point, that's there. The plays were there. I'm not blaming Andy Reid, so maybe it was a Pacheco thing because we all watched the video where we're like the next day we're like,
jeez,
dude, I don't know if you know this, but Alex Gold could have ran through that hole and got 10 yards. And Isaiah
Would he have done it in a
Isaiah
high-point
Pacheco,
shirt?
And how many times Isaiah Pacheco right in the middle of
head down in the dirt, he's looking at the ground.
There's that point too where the elevated aspect of having a guy like Ken Walker who has that almost patient running style, we'll see that better, and then you have that opportunity. So
it is interesting with the Pacheco thing from last year and seeing all those videos and how he missed all these holes. I mean,
man, no
I
vision.
think the injury affected him mentally more than anything. And again, I've talked about my knee and all that kind of stuff. How small little injuries really do affect you mentally. And with him, maybe he just felt like he didn't want to chance. I don't know. I mean, they didn't even attempt to re-sign him.
No. We do have Jay Binkley coming on the show here in just a second. But, we just mentioned Alexander Gold, who is our heel that has joined the Golden Alliance.
I'm loving it. Well, hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Real simple is the instigators here on 96.5 The Fan that call themselves Mac Morey, Bob Fescoe, and Dusty Likens. Is what Alex Gold did to Drew Nixon with High Point versus Wisconsin fair or foul? You can find that question and those answers on X. Coming up next, it is Jay Binkley. So that lovely song plays on your radio in about 4 minutes here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Alex, you're a Missouri Tiger.
Hey, it's Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, the summertime is coming. Springtime is here, and we did it yesterday. We had our windows open at the house. The air was going through, and it was wonderful. But if you have windows that won't open anymore, you're not experiencing that joy that we have from our Window World windows. Every window in our house is from Window World, and we absolutely love them. And not only are they the official windows of the Kansas City Chiefs, they're the official windows of the Fescoe household as well. And Window World windows are so durable, and they'll stand behind their windows and stand on them. When you go to their showroom, say, jump around on that window, and they will. They'll show you how durable it is. But what I love most about Window World is the lifetime warranty that covers all parts, glass breakage, and labor. We've got a dog. We've got kids. Stuff happens, right? The dog runs through the screen door. We call Window World. They come out. They fix it. No questions asked. You're mowing the lawn. You shoot a rock into the window. It breaks. You call Window World. They'll replace it. No questions asked. And Window World is just the best when it comes to installing those windows and getting the job done right the first time. That's what they're all about at Window World. So get your free in-home estimate today by calling them at 1-800-GET-WINDOWS. That's 1-800-GET-WINDOWS or at windowskansascity.com. 1-800-GET-WINDOWS. It's Window World.
It's March, and that means there's no better time to start betting with Circa Sports. It doesn't matter how you're planning on betting the mayhem. Picking individual games, futures to make it through the bracket, props on your favorite players, or more. Circa Sports has you covered. Circa Sports isn't just sports betting, it's sports betting the way it should be. High betting limits, player-friendly pricing, and exceptional customer service. Download the Circa Sports app or visit circasports.com today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at QC Kinetics are going to make you feel better, and we're going to do this without surgery, without downtime, and without meds. And you're thinking to yourself, how do they do that? Well, you got to go get your free consultation because you want to feel great this time of year. It's golf season, tennis season, outdoor season, hanging out season, and you don't want pain in your elbow or your back or your hip to hold you back. You want to be feeling great, and QC Kinetics can help you do that. The medical professionals at QC Kinetics use the latest regenerative treatments backed by real science. Treatments that take the tiny, powerful healing tools inside your body and concentrate them right where you need the relief. So the sooner you start the treatment, the better you're going to feel. The sooner that inflammation eases, the sooner that joint damage slows down, the better off you're going to be. No one signs up for feeling older faster than they have to be. So call QC Kinetics today and find out if you're a candidate for their regenerative treatments. Your consultation is free. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. 816-412-6299.
Doug. There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means sitting front row at a comedy show.
Hey everyone, check out this guy and his bird. What is this, your first date?
Oh, no. We help people customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual together. We're married. Me to a human, him to a bird.
Yeah, the bird looks out of your league anyways.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Score up to a $50 bonus bet daily during college hoops with BetMGM's free-to-play fast break game. Log into BetMGM, play as the point guard, and choose to pass or go for a dunk. If you score, you'll win either a $50 bonus bet or boost token. The ball is always in your court with BetMGM, where you can take advantage of special offers and earn rewards points on every bet. Make a fast break during college hoops by playing as the point guard for your daily shot at a $50 bonus bet or boost token. All rewards expire in 24 hours, and BetMGM.com is where you can find full prize details and terms. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older. This promotional offer not available in Nevada, Ontario, Pennsylvania, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements, additional terms and restrictions may apply in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Missouri side Lee Summit 470 westbound accident past View High, left lane blocked. Things heavy for about a mile plus. Approaching east side 70 westbound gets heavy past 435. Stays slow to 31st with construction. 435 northbound also slow past 40 highway up to 23rd. Alan Carr 96.5 The Fan traffic.
Chewing tobacco, football and boots. He knows Bobby Bowden, he knows Pete Carroll. He likes the 3-4 defense. He's technically. He loves beer and chewing tobacco, football and booze. He knows Bobby Bowden, he knows Pete Carroll. He likes the 3-4 defense. He's Jay Binkley.
That he is. He is the man, the myth, the legend, the best there is, the best there was, best there ever will be. Certified G, bona fide stud. Jay Binkley. If you want to hear about college basketball in this segment, I've got some bad news.
Not happening.
Not happening, man.
Next segment.
Not
maybe.
happening.
I haven't watched it in a while. I can't speak on that. So
we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We've got some stuff going, but it is Jay Binkley time. Jay, more excited tonight for Yankees and Giants, or all day Thursday still without the Royals?
Tonight will be fun. I mean, it's always going to be fun. And Major League Baseball has these games spread across everything. What, Netflix tonight?
Yeah.
Peacock games. They're spreading it out to make that cash. I think tomorrow is going to be a ton of fun, obviously.
Have you gotten your antenna yet?
No, I have not gotten the antenna.
Did you tell Bob about this story about how you need an antenna to watch baseball now?
The WBC. Yeah, I just thought it was funny that in the home of the biggest ratings for the WBC, Kansas City market, they decided to show Wheel of Fortune instead of the gold medal pregame. But whatever.
Who did that?
The channel was on. What was it on, Dustman?
You're setting me up to run
Fox. So Fox 4 decided that they were going to show Wheel of Fortune over the pregame show, and that has you upset?
Well, yeah, because they had it on the antenna or whatever. They listed it for their antenna coverage. I was like, well, here's the thing. Bob, it's all about ratings now, but it was Kansas City was the highest market, so there's obviously people that paid attention and wanted to see the WBC. The game was still on there, so that was fine. But it was just funny that if you wanted to see any of the pregame show,
who watches any of that garbage? I mean, I'll be honest with you. The wheel generates ratings, bro. Like, my parents watch it every night with Dusty. They talk to each other on the phone. My mother talks to her friend Helen and Dorothy all the time.
The first person was Binkley reached out to when Wheel of Fortune was on.
You, right? Yeah, it's a pregame show. Like, most of those television pregame shows, unless it's Ernie and Charles and those guys, there's no substance or anything worth watching in those pregame shows.
Well, it's either that or Ryan Seacrest, so I would have chosen the BBC. I'm still going wide receiver, fellas. I know that we have the edge creeping and stuff like this. So I will say this: out of the mock draft we did, out of the 9 picks, 5 of them were on defense, including the next 2 after number 9. So only 4 on offense, but the number 9 pick was still Mekhi Lemon. And Matt Miller put it out last night. It's a great little nugget, because I've always talked about Mekhi Lemon has 3 drops in his last 175 targets. He only has 1 drop each of his 3 years at USC. That's it, 1 drop. So for a team that drops the football a lot in the Kansas City Chiefs, sign me up for that any day.
That is a good point, Jay. I mean, this team, we've seen so many drop passes over the last few years, and not just with Kadropius Toney. We've seen it with Rice. We've seen it with Worthy. We've seen it with literally everybody on this team. How would you feel, though, about trading out of 9 and trading back?
I really have no problem with that, because I do like that second group of receivers, to be honest with you, too. And I still think there could be a possibility you get Lemon, at 14 or 15 if that's the way the draft board's playing out. I think Jeremiah Love is something to watch, because I've looked at him. To me, he replaces where that quarterback was, where you're looking for that other quarterback to go in the top 10, which clearly it's just going to be one. It's going to be Mendoza.
Not if Orlovsky
unless you're Dan Orlovsky. Yeah, which is funny, because they did play head-to-head, which I think Dan's forgetting, and Mendoza beat Ty Simpson 38-3. But, the real things don't matter when they actually play games. But there's no quarterback there. I think that's Jeremiah Love. Like, if he does begin that slide. So if the Chiefs, obviously Brett Veach gives some nugget out every year, and he did this year as well. He said they need an explosive running back. It's what he said at the Combine, and it's what they did with Ken Walker. So that's their explosive running back there. It's not Jeremiah Love, but for more and more people to still put it out there, or the Chiefs to float it out there, because you guys heard that thing the other day with Mike Berganzi when they talked about trading up for a linebacker, and some people bought it. That's what the Chiefs were doing. Jeremiah Love still remains out there. So if there are people who say, well, I think the Chiefs maybe still could do it, we know they're not going to do it. But as long as that is still out there, could there be a team to move up to 9 for Jeremiah Love? Because I do think if he gets past 7, I think you're good to go, because 8, the Saints with Travis Etienne, or Etienne now, what he changed his name to, he's going to be there. So if Love is still there, that becomes a prime piece for the Chiefs if they did, say, trade back into. I wouldn't trade back, out of the first round and just keep that 1 pick at 29. But if they could move back somewhere between 10, or not 10, but somewhere in the teens, that'd be okay.
Do you think if they draft Lemon, they'll make lemonade?
I think so.
Damn it.
I think that's what they do.
So I've seen a lot of in the second round. So I've seen some mock drafts, Binkley, where they've got the Chiefs taking an edge And then help me out here. They got the receiver out of A&M. He's got a cool last name.
Yeah, Casey Concepcion.
Yeah, I like that kid.
He's fun. Again, it's that second group of receivers, man, with Casey Concepcion. Kevin Coleman ran a blazing 40 for Missouri. He's an undersized guy, but it's also a returner, too. I think they can get in the mid-rounds. But Chris Brazel out of Tennessee, he's got the height, something the Chiefs don't have. The second group of Chris Bell coming back from an ACL if he makes it. But I do like the second group of wide receivers that can be out there. But I don't think the Chiefs just draft one. I think they draft two.
For sure,
now,
because if you don't...
Had they made a move on a free agent wide receiver, which you don't want to pay that tax, you don't want to give a guy that's Alec Pierce $29 million who's never had 50 catches in the NFL. You don't want to pay a JSN like a $42 million. You got to do it through the draft, but that's going to take Andy Reid to flip philosophies. That's going to take him to, actually use a first-round pick at wide receiver because it's a necessity now. Because this wide receiver room is the cheapest in the National Football League. It is guys without contracts. Basically, next year you got Worthy and Tyquan Thornton actually under contract. And Tyquan, they can kind of get out of if they wanted to, but they've got to address it. But I don't think it's a situation of drafting one receiver. I think it's at least drafting two. Now, had they made a big splash in free agency at wide receiver, not as big as a necessity, can they still make a trade for a wide receiver? I think very possibly they could for a wide receiver. But if they don't do that, they've got to at least draft two. Because you got to hit on that. And they've made the habit of just drafting one wide receiver. But this year calls for this team to at least get two. If one guy doesn't quite work out, like if a Jalen Royals doesn't show you anything on the field, you have that other receiver and see what you got. But I think minimum, we went three wide receivers out of the 9 picks. Again, we went 5 on defense. But they got to rebuild this wide receiver room, and if doing it through the draft and getting 4-year contracts and or 5-year at their first-round picks, what they got to be concentrating on doing.
Binkley, 2 quick questions for you. One is what Alex Gold did to Drew Nixon going full high point heel, fair or foul?
It's completely fair. You know what? When I first saw it, I thought it was like an AI thing, like they put a high point jersey on him.
AI Gold?
Then I found out it was actually a high point jersey. I was like, who has high point jerseys? And then to find out Alex got it, a listener helped him out. I was like, okay, this is a pretty good move. This is a good move to do to Drew Nixon. I thought it was great.
And then what's your boldest prediction you can give me for the Royals in 2026?
You know what, Dust, man? I know I spend a lot of time on the draft. But last night I spent almost the entire time on the Kansas City Royals. Me and Nathan Williams, he's a big Royals guy, so we spent a lot of time. I think the Dakota rankings have them they've fluctuated from 86 to 84. I'll put the Royals at 87 wins this year, 88 or 87 wins this year.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you a little bit later on this next week, and keep enjoying the draft stuff and keep it coming, Binkley.
All right, guys. You take care.
That is Jay Binkley. I'll give you a bold take on the Kansas City Royals on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Royals.
Hey, it's Matt Quatrero, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at Hy-Vee are ready for you when it comes to your watch party, when it comes to your graduation party, when it comes to your wedding reception. Whatever it is that you need catering for, Hy-Vee is there to take care of you, and they can do whatever you want. Whether you're entertaining family and friends, Hy-Vee can do it all, from trays with grab-and-go items on it to even full-course meals. Hy-Vee has something for everybody, and they can do all the cooking, the setup, and even take care of all of that horrible cleanup that nobody wants to do. So you can have Hy-Vee come over, set everything up, and you can enjoy your party as well. And they have a wide range of menu options to suit your budget, from ready-to-heat and serve meals to full-service catering. Any size group, any occasion, weddings, graduation, corporate lunches, watch parties, and more, only at Hy-Vee.
This is Kevin Harlan, and if I sound a little tired, it's because it's Ford Truck Month at Rob's Side Ford.
You and me both, Kevin. It's been nonstop.
Well, Rob, remind me again why.
Because Rob's Side Ford is offering brand new F-150s up to $16,500 off, 0% financing for 60 months, and 0 payments for 90 days.
Yes, that'll do it.
And that's just the F-150s. We've got the best deals of the year on Super Duty, Ranger, and Maverick.
Okay, so let me get this straight, Rob. Massive savings, strong financing, no payments for 3 months, And people are showing up?
It's nonstop.
Funny how that works.
Turns out when you've got the inventory, the price, and the experience, people notice.
Especially when you're Kansas City's #1 top-rated Ford dealer on Google. 4.8 stars and over 3,000 reviews.
And Kansas City's top volume F-150 dealer.
No wonder you're tired. It's Ford Truck Month at Rob's Site Ford, 135th and State Line, or robsite.com.
But don't wait. These offers end soon.
Feeling the heat? Don't sweat it. Turn to Comfort Systems Heating and Cooling. With temperatures rising, now's the time to make sure your AC is ready to keep you cool. Whether it's your home or your business, Comfort Systems services both residential and commercial systems across the Kansas City area. Call today for a fast tune-up, repair, or a system upgrade so you can stay cool all summer long. Family owned and operated since 1990. Comforting people is what we do. Comfort Systems is right for you. MyComfortSystems.com.
Calling all college hoops fans. Make your next bet during March matchups at BetMGM go even further with an odds boost token. Simply add any tournament bet to your bet slip and activate your odds boost token. If that bet hits, you'll walk away with a higher payout for a tournament full of unforgettable moments. BetMGM is your sports book for all of it. Enjoy same-game parlays, live betting through all your favorite games, dark mode, and so much more during March matchups. And when there's a break in the tournament action or you're looking to switch things up, check out daily promotions and offers for all your favorite sports. Don't miss your chance at a bigger March matchup score with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money. A lot. And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Oak Cliff Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Brought to you by Blue KC is the Coaches with Character program. Do you know a rock star high school coach in your district? Nominate them for the Blue KC Coaches with Character program at bluekc.com/nominate coaches with character. Let's make our coaches feel special and make our community a better place to live, work, and play.
Royals coverage is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City.
This report is brought to you by CM Mose & Son, HVAC, plumbing, and electrical services. CMMoseandSon.com.
Dispatch, this is Mindy at CM Mose & Son. Well, boy, it's getting cold out there. If your heater's making funny noises or your home isn't as warm as it used to be, visit CMMoseandSon.com. CM Mose & Son. License 202919.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Lee Summit 470 westbound, heavy coming out of the 350 interchange, off again, on again, crawling all the way out towards Raytown Road with an accident before Raytown, blocking the left lane. East side 70 westbound, slowing from 435 into 31st Street with construction. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Listen to the Royals opener in Atlanta against the Braves. Friday, March 27th with Vern's On Deck show starting at 5. First pitch just after 6. All right here on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan. KFNC FM and AM. HD1 and HD2 Kansas City. An Odyssey sports station.
Great segment yesterday from your boy Bill Simmons on the Ringer podcast. Would you rather have Wemby or this year's top NBA draft prospect?
Yes, and then they kept going.
Yeah.
It was like top 2 picks. How about the top 3 picks?
Wemby.
Yeah,
Wemby. If you could have Cameron Boozer, Darren Peterson, and Acuff, or Wemby?
Wemby.
I think Wemby.
I mean, after
Wemby.
watching that sequence the other night with the out of bounds, the dunk, the block, I mean, nobody's doing what this guy is doing. And, back to nameless, faceless, I have no idea who the coach of the Spurs is either.
I actually can't remember his name right now either. Dang it.
Popovich.
That's the thing. I mean, he was there for 100 years, and now they got a new coach. I have no idea who it is, and they got maybe the best player in the world playing for them right now.
Which you would agree the Spurs no longer have expectations, they have standards.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Right? If you have one of the best
100%.
players in basketball and probably maybe the best player in basketball from 2028 to what, Mac, 2032?
Yeah,
that 5-year window?
Hopefully, yeah.
So MLB's worst home run park is now excellent for dingers. Alex Gould. The fences have been brought in. You know that. You expect to see 40 to 50 additional home runs in Kansas City's ballpark this year. Analysis from Ballpark Pal and the Dugout. As they put numbers up there, you can find that it's on Ballpark Pal on, it sounds like a Rob Britton burner account, on X. And what I get out of this is that we are past expectations, and we are now to the point of no excuses. Because I've listened to Alex and Cody, and they've been doing this kind of all week, and we'll do different ways of doing the season of what we see can happen for the Kansas City Royals. But I'm done with what are your expectations? And now going with no more excuses. The World Baseball Classic was high intense baseball, a.k.a. playoff atmosphere, right? Every time somebody got on, like, have you ever seen it like this? And Jeter had to throw shots at Kansas City and, whatever. And the one thing you can take away from that playoff sort of atmosphere is the people that showed up the most were all Kansas City Royals players, right? There were Boston players. Well, Roman Anthony was a dog. But we also talk about how Vinny Pasquantino is the mouthpiece in the Royals locker room. He's no longer the mouthpiece for the Royals. He's the mouthpiece for MLB. And now it's up to the MLB to lean into that and let him be that guy. They have failed miserably with putting a face to their product. And you could say, well, how can Vinny Pasquantino be the face of baseball's product if he plays in small market Kansas City? Because he's done World Series coverage. He lit the world up with an espresso machine. He was a celebrity during the World Baseball Classic, and he used everything that he's done in Kansas City to show that on the world stage. You also have a superstar that is at the most important position in the game in Bobby Witt Jr. In fact, if you look at what they were talking about yesterday on X and all these social platforms, a lot of change in the MLB in 5 years. The best hitter in the next 5 years at the top of the list is Bobby Witt Jr. Shohei Ohtani at number 9. Connor Griffin, your boy, could be number 2 according to them. So Bobby Witt Jr. is a superstar and plays shortstop. That's not an expectation. That's not an excuse. That is facts. You have a legend at catcher who seems to still have some pop in his bat, hit 30 home runs last year. He wears the C for a reason. And if I'm going to be saying all this about everybody else, I've got to be true to the guy that I root for the most. Time's up for the kid. Time's up for Cags. Now you've got to go be it. We saw the confidence he built in this World Baseball Classic. We saw how his teammates kind of led into him during this World Baseball Classic. We saw the home run off of Team USA. We saw his average go up. We saw him look better at the plate. Now that has to be put in a Royal uniform. We've seen it in every other uniform but a Royal uniform. Time's up for Cags. It's now year 2. You're now a pro. You've established. Go be that pro. Go be that 6th overall pick that you can be. The fences have been moved in. They have given you a better opportunity to be a more offensive team. That is not an expectation. There's no more excuses. Live up to the standard that Josh Verner has put on this narrative for the team this year, and don't have excuses and don't have expectations. Be the Royals. Be the standard that you are. Having a future multiple all-star at third base, having the superstar at shortstop, having the prospect in Carter Jensen, having Jack Caglione, can't even say his name, Caglione, as your number 1 power threat. That has to work. You don't have excuses. You drafted this kid at 6th to be exactly what you hope for him to be. I don't think we have excuses. I don't think we have expectations. I think we just have a standard, and that standard is to go be the team in the AL Central.
Well, I think right now, if the Royals don't make the playoffs, we're having serious conversations that we don't want to have at the end of the season about who needs to be fired. This is a playoff team, and the expectation is that. And you also look around the American League. It's not a very strong American League. The National League is very strong. That being said, the Royals right now are a playoff team, and if they're not a playoff team at the end of the year, then again, like I said, we're having hard conversations about who needs to go because they would have failed if they are not a playoff team. And it's interesting when you look, and you mentioned Cags, I want to kind of start there. I was reading a lot of stuff yesterday. It seems like really a lot of people are saying that the hopes and failures of this team, or success and failures, I should say, of this team, really rely on what Jack Caglione is going to do from an offensive standpoint. I think that's a lot of pressure to put on somebody who has not achieved success at the big league level yet. And if Jack Caglione goes out there and hits 30 home runs, and there's no question this is a playoff team and a team that's going to win a playoff series, maybe even more once they get into October. So I think a lot of people are saying a lot of the success and failure of the team this year does rely on the productivity of Jack Caglione. I was talking to somebody yesterday who was around this Royals ball club back in like 2012, and that was kind of the beginning of that dynasty for the Royals, right? That 2012 season, the way that it ended, you kind of got excited about it, led into 2013. These guys played off-season ball together. I think it was 2012 or 2013, and they all just had a blast playing together, and they developed a chemistry and they developed confidence. And that was from 2012. Fast forward to 2026. And that message was relayed to me yesterday by someone. They're saying, I see a lot of that same stuff when that ball club kind of broke camp, and not broke camp, but broke whatever World Series or whatever they were all participating in back in 2012 or 2013, where they all gained that confidence and they came into spring training saying, we're going to win. We're going to be a team that is going to be successful. And we saw that a lot this year with this ball club. They're embracing the fact that they are one of the better teams in Major League Baseball. And other teams now around the big leagues are recognizing that. Vinny Pasquantino should be an all-star this year. Michael Garcia is one of the best players. Is one of the best players in all of baseball right now. And that's not an overstatement. He is a five-tool effing stud playing third base. As good as Bobby Witt is, Garcia's like right there behind him. The expectation for him should be immense for him. Your entire infield potentially could be your starting all-star team. Vinny Pasquantino is going to get votes now because of all the stuff that you mentioned, right? He's going to play well. He's going to get votes. He could be your starting first baseman. Bobby will be your starting shortstop. Garcia should be your starting third baseman. You got a Hall of Famer behind the plate. You've got a really good rotation right now with two people that may compete for a Cy Young Award this year. Not just Cole Reagans, but let's talk about Noah Cameron and how awesome he was last year. So the Royals have all of these pieces in place to do good things. It should not be a surprise when they win. It should not be something that we're going, oh, I didn't see this coming. The expectation needs to be that the Royals are a playoff team, and anything short of making it into the playoffs this year is a failed season, and we're having hard conversations at the end of the year on whose fault it is and who needs to be fired. So that needs to be the expectation for this ball club. And I think they've got the talent, and I think they've got the people in place to go out there and be a playoff team this year. And that's the way I'm going into the season. The Royals are a playoff team, and if they're not, then they have failed miserably.
Baseball is back tonight. MLB opening night is tonight. Aaron Judge and the Yankees and Rafael Devers in the San Francisco Giants. Yankees-Giants live on Netflix tonight, 7 o'clock Central and 4 o'clock Pacific. Also, don't forget, it is now your time. Opportunity number one to watch these non-exclusive Royals go on in the 2026 season and play. We're giving away 5 Royals TV subscriptions today, starting with today. With number one in this commercial break, all you want to hear is Vern say,
I'm turning into you, Binkley.
When you hear that, you call 913-586-7965, and you have a chance at winning a free year of a $100 subscription to Royals TV app, which means you get to watch your boys in blue all year for free. If you're caller number 5 during the commercial break, coming up on the other side, college basketball impresses us again. And, well, Jock Vaughn, Hubert Davis, we don't know what's going on in college basketball, but we have some theories here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
All right, guys, raise your hand out there if you're excited about feeling older faster than you should. I don't think you're excited about that, Dusty. I don't think anybody's excited about that. And if you're starting to feel older than you should and you've got joint pain, you're thinking, how can I make my elbows, my knees, my back, my hips all feel better? Well, you can go see my friends over at QC Kinetics, because patients at QC Kinetics are getting relief, feeling younger, and jumping back into life at full speed, and it didn't happen in an operating room. The QC Kinetics medical professionals use the latest regenerative treatments backed by real science, treatments that take the tiny, powerful healing tools inside your body and concentrate them right where you need them the most. The sooner you start treatment, the sooner the inflammation eases and the sooner joint damage slows down, because no one signs up for feeling older faster. Find out if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. Your visit and consultation is free. Call them today, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, 816-412-6299.
So, you're ready to propose, huh?
Yeah, man. She's definitely the one.
What are we thinking about the ring? I got my wife's at Hellsberg. I couldn't recommend a better jeweler.
I could use some help with that.
Man, go to Hellsberg. I had no idea how many details you need to consider. Did you know you can get a natural or lab-grown diamond? I didn't. Figure out what she wants. Trust me, they'll make it happen.
Start your story with Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
I'm turning into you, Binkley.
Bring the flavor home with Gates. Gates seasonings are perfect for everything: meat, chicken, fish, and veggies. Sprinkle it on or mix it in to enhance your favorite dips and dressings. Don't forget, Gates sauces and seasonings are available at your local grocery store, so you can enjoy that rich, smoky taste anytime. Visit any of their 5 locations to dine in. Pick up or grab a Gates party tray for your Easter gathering. Celebrating 80 years of serving Kansas City. Gates Barbecue. Thanks with love.
Men, we all know how important sex is in a relationship, both for you and your partner. But erectile dysfunction ruins sex, which can often have serious impacts on your relationship as well. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if ED is a problem in your life, you understand the impacts it has on you and the one you love. But I'm here to tell you that ED is a treatable condition, and almost without exception, you can have really good sex again. At Heartland Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men with protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, good sex will be the norm. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a level of intimacy for you and your partner that might just astound you both. It's time to have really good sex again. So call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hi, I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
some things just go together, like peanut butter and jelly, or a Casey's spicy chicken sandwich and a 49-cent medium fountain drink, or a Casey's breakfast sandwich and a 49-cent fountain drink, or even Casey's limited time hot ham and Swiss sliders and a 49-cent fountain drink. You get the idea. It's not crazy. It's Casey's. See store for details.
Hop in a John Deere Gator XUV for a day's work. Let's see what's on the to-do list. There goes the tree. And the fence. Not a problem. Because you've got a cargo box filled with solutions. Up to 4,000 pounds of towing capacity. And you're ready to roll.
The power's out!
Here we go again. The Gator XUV. Built for every kind of workday. Learn more at johndeere.com/Gator XUV. Nothing runs like a deer.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this. Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Missouri side, 470 westbound, still pretty heavy around 350. Stays heavy, not quite to View High, and then it's off again, on again, slow, approaching Raytown Road. Earlier accident that built those delays has cleared, but the long delays remain with accidents in the backup. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Well, if you didn't win one of the Royals TV subscriptions during that break, you'll have another opportunity around 7:42, 7:43ish. So stay tuned, and you'll have an opportunity for that. Don't forget that baseball is back tonight on Netflix. Its opening night is tonight. Judge and the Yankees, Devers and the Giants. It's Yankees in Giants. It's live tonight, 7 o'clock Central on Netflix, 4 o'clock Pacific time. So we teed it up on our poll question that we do every Wednesday, and I got to get my guy some credit here because he loves it.
I'm loving it. Well, hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Right. So we asked, is it fair or foul for Alex Gold to do what he did to Drew Nixon? Well, we asked Jay Binkley, and he said, totally fair. I thought it was great. Who has a High Point jersey, right? Well, Alex found out who it was, and that's where it's at. Gold says it's fine, and Drew says, I wasn't mad about it. We asked Twitter on our Fescoe and Dusty poll question, is what Alex Gold did to Drew Nixon with High Point versus Wisconsin fair or foul? 61.1% say fair. People love the heel, man.
They do. They do. Especially the turn.
And what did Binkley say? I didn't know if it was AI Gold or what. So we have that as well. The other thing that we have is it kind of got the attention of everyone on that show from 10 to 2 yesterday, and this was literally the start of their show.
I think I agree, actually, that Alex Gold is acting like a Missouri Tigers fan.
Mm-hmm.
He was acting like a Missouri Tiger fan when he was doing the High Point stuff. Apparently, I've been told, a little birdie told me that the Missouri Tigers fans acted when KU lost to Bucknell and Bradley. Missouri Tigers fans actually did what Alex Gold did to my Wisconsin Badgers. So Gold, per Bob Fescoe, as well as everybody on the text line.
Bob hasn't watched college basketball in a month. He's been out of the country.
So you're a Missouri Tiger.
Yeah, Bob doesn't even know what the hell's going on. He's been out of the loop for a month, so I have no idea where that's coming from.
I think it would also be different if it was like a team that you actively hated up to that moment. And then if you were reacting that way if Missouri lost.
Also, the Wisconsin thing happened before. The Wisconsin thing happened before Kansas had lost. The funniest part about this is Drew was Thursday and Friday of last week trying to say, "Oh, I don't care. I'm not a disrespectful person. I won't do it." Today, someone force feeds himself and he hops on the air and tries to act all confident about it today. So that's kind of funny to me.
No, because you wearing the High Point stuff did not bother me at all whatsoever, and it really doesn't. But I will say,
well, then have Bob. Bob can hop on the mic and say, like, you're basically like just trying to play messenger for him. He can come in here and talk about it if he wants.
We talked about it all morning, Alex. Watching college basketball has nothing to do with the fact that you're acting like a Missouri fan back in 2003, 2004, whenever the Bucknell-Bradley games were, 5 and 6, 20 years ago, whatever it was. And I remember working at a radio station, and I'll just say the name right now, Dave Borchert, decided he was going to buy the Bucknell shirt or the Bradley shirt, which whatever happened first, because he was a Missouri guy, thought it was hysterical. Everybody jumped on that bandwagon. That's what fans do who root for teams that don't win. Alex, you've seen national championships. You're lowering yourself to rooting for a team that you have no interest in because they beat a team of somebody that you're rivals with, right? Him and Drew got a little bit of a rivalry, it sounded like, going on right there, right?
Little animosity.
Little animosity going on between the two. And so that's where it is, Alex. It has nothing to do with watching college basketball. You're right. I've got better things to do with my time than sit there and watch, a boring college basketball game at 9 o'clock on a Tuesday night. That's just me, right?
And he was wrong. He only said a month.
Yeah, I was gone a week, and I haven't watched college basketball really in years. And so, but the sport has nothing to do with the event that took place. You literally took a page out of Dave Borchert's handbook, who now works with. We can get Davey B on the show this morning if we want. We can go through. Ooh. Dave, if you're listening this morning, call in and we'll put you on the air, because Davey B was that guy. He had the Bucknell shirt and the Bradley shirt, and he's a huge Missouri fan. He thought that was hysterical. It was 20 years ago. History repeats itself. And Alex probably thought he was being new and unique and different. Yeah. No. You're running the same playbook that Missouri runs. That's why you're a Missouri fan. Alex Gold is acting like a Missouri fan when he did all of that. And so I look at that and I laugh and I go, we've been here. We've done. That's how I know I'm getting old. We've been through this already. And I'm calling it out now. I don't know who got more yesterday, Alex Gold or Dan Orlovsky. Who got more yesterday, Alex Gold or Dan Orlovsky?
It's close.
Another poll question waiting. So if you want to know where the theory of this comes from 670 The Score about a week ago, and this is Mike Hall. He is from Mizzou to ESPN, and I've been at the Big Ten Network since 2007. This is a fun story that I'll play for you.
You have healthy sports hate for? Who do you let yourself feel it for, either a person or a team?
Definitely KU. Lawrence, I ever tell you I know I haven't told you. Have I ever told you my Bill Self story?
No. Go on. Please, because Bill Self's got an opportunity here with Darren Peterson and a very talented team, and Duke looked vulnerable yesterday, so we were just talking about them off the air.
So this is a story of, again, how you can have inappropriate hatred towards someone who really doesn't deserve it. So John Anderson and I, in 05 or 06 or 07, something like that, he goes, let's do a road trip to a Mizzou game. And I was like, yes, mentor. Such is done. And he said, we'll go. There was back when ABC used to have a 2:30 game on a Saturday or a Sunday. And so we flew into Columbia. I was in Charlotte at the time. He was in Bristol. And he, a week before, goes, hey, by the way, they're playing Kansas, the game we're going to. Remember last year they lost to Bradley in the first round, and the year before they lost to Bucknell. And I was like, yeah, of course I remember. Those are two of the greatest days of my life. And he goes, someone sent me a Bucknell t-shirt. So instead of us wearing gold at the game, I'm going to wear the Bucknell t-shirt. You got to get a Bradley t-shirt. And I was like, oh, classic, perfect.
Oh, God.
And so shockingly, I couldn't find a Bradley t-shirt, but I found a buddy's girlfriend who knew how to iron and print a decal. So I had a Bradley t-shirt with a lame, cheap decal on it. And it's like a 2:30 tip, and 11 o'clock, John's like, meet me in the lobby at our hotel. We'll walk to the game, and we'll just go to the student section and party. They're going to love that we're there and we're, crazed fans, even though we're on SportsCenter and what have you. And I was like, great. So we get down and meet in the lobby at 11 o'clock, and we're walking over, and all of a sudden we hear this, hey, is that you, John? And we turn over, and it's Bill Self. The Jayhawks are staying in our hotel. And John, before he got to ESPN, worked in Tulsa, where Bill Self was the coach. So they knew each other and had a friendly relationship. So John goes, oh, hey, yeah. And so we walk over like morons wearing these basically middle finger t-shirts to the man we're going to talk to. He couldn't have been friendlier, couldn't have been nicer. We have like an 8-9 minute conversation. He's so charming and likable. And at one point he was like, "Hey, John, are you wearing a Bucknell t-shirt?" And John like sheepishly just kind of like lowers his head and goes, yeah, I am. "Oh, man, are you wearing a Bradley t-shirt?" I was like, "Yeah, sorry about that, Bill. Sorry about that." And he's such a nice guy. He goes, "Okay, well, you want to come in and say hi to the guys and meet our staff?" And so we walk in to the dining room, and I'm shaking Danny Manning's hand because he was a coach at the time while I'm wearing this ridiculous shirt. And like it was such a great sports hatred moment.
It's fantastic. I mean, that is as good as it gets. The reaction by Bill, I knew was going to be awesome, and he probably said some other things that were pretty funny as well that aren't worthy of the airtime. But right there, if I'm a lawyer in this case, I say if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. Alex Gold is guilty of being a bandwagon Missouri wannabe. Davey B, my friend, you're on the air with us. You did this back 20-some years ago with Bucknell and Bradley. Alex Gold thought he was unique and different by doing something like this. You've done this stuff 20 years ago, bro.
I have, but good morning, guys. I don't know if my story's as good as that. I mean, I wasn't interacting with, like, coaches and all this sort of stuff. But, yeah, it was, I don't know. I got in a big debate with my coworkers last week about how hard it is to be a Mizzou fan, and they were trying to argue with me. And I'm like, no, our thing is we don't ever win enough to make us fulfilled, so we celebrate the demise of our, hated opponents, essentially. So, yeah, if I remember right, it was KU Bucknell, Friday night. It was like 9 o'clock start or something, super late. Probably had a few too many, beers on the couch. And then Bucknell pulled the upset. I went on bucknell.edu. They had these bright orange shirts that said Bucknell has danced the big dance. And then on the back it said, "Just ask Kansas." And I was wearing that into the station, and everybody got ticked off. And I got a Bucknell stocking cap, which made no sense because it was March. But, yeah, I ended up spending like $100, tipsy on the internet there at 11:30 on a Friday night. But the whole point was just to tick off my KU buddies, including you, Fescoe.
Yeah, and I looked at it and I laughed, and then I realized it's very sad that you had to do that because, as you said at the beginning, you celebrate our losses more than you celebrate your successes.
I mean, it's true, but you know what? At some point, the Mizzou fans, we just want other people to feel our pain. And, when it doesn't happen all that often to Kansas over the years, but yeah, I guess we can't be gracious winners, so we just have to be sore losers.
Would you rather see Missouri win a national championship or KU never win a game again?
Oh, we're talking basketball?
Yeah.
I'd rather Missouri win a national championship, but you made me pause for a second. I mean, that is an interesting thought for sure.
Did you buy a Bradley shirt too, or did you stop at Bucknell?
Oh, yeah, I had a Bradley shirt too, yeah.
Well, don't look now. St. John's has 50% off Sweet 16 shirts.
Get you a St. John's shirt.
But here's the difference. Back then, like if we go back 20 or 25 years, KU losing early in the tournament, I mean, it was like insane, right? Yeah. Like it just never happened. I think all of us would agree, like the St. John's loss wasn't necessarily a surprise. Like it was a good game, but I think a lot of people before that were like, oh yeah, St. John's probably going to win. But I mean, Bucknell winning, that was like a Cinderella story back in the day.
Yeah, it really was. A lot has changed in college basketball. Everything good with the World Cup? You guys cranking and moving down there at the Sports Commission?
Yeah, everything's good. It's going to be here before we know it, less than 100 days. And obviously great teams coming into base camp here, great teams with games at Arrowhead. So should be great. I think the city needs to get ready. It's going to be quite a theme this summer when the World Cup gets going.
All right, Bucknell, Bradley, Davey B, we appreciate you shedding some light on this and letting Alex Gold know he's a follower Missouri fan.
That's funny. Good talking to you, boys.
See you, bud.
All right, McMorey, hit it.
One word.
First name is blank, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of three, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin.
That's right. One word brought to you by Maloney's, the Sand Trap, and the Landing. 3 great local spots that have delicious food, cold drinks, and walls full of TVs to watch your favorite sports teams. Even if they're your friends and you want to hate watch, they all have 3 outdoor patio seating to enjoy the nice spring weather that is upon us. And don't forget, Friday night, the crew of 96.5 The Fan will be with you at Maloney's for the Royals season opener in Hot Atlanta.
Yes, over on Rob's Big Deck. Can't wait. It'll be awesome. Yeah, the Sand Trap's working on their new patio right now. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
Be there every Friday.
Heck yes. All right, let's start with it. You like that? All right. Out of the total, let's do some baseball. AL MVP betting. All right. So out of the total money placed for the 2026 AL MVP, just under 40, 39% of it is on Julio Rodriguez.
Yes, it is.
The next closest player is Bobby Witt Jr. He's just at 12%. So that gap, 40 to 12% as far as AL MVP betting is. One word on Julio Rodriguez having the edge over BWJ.
The word I'm going to use is stupid, because that tells you how dumb bettors are. Because everywhere you look, Bobby Witt is by far the favorite to win the MVP, it seems like, this year. Every article that I'm reading, every prediction that I'm reading, everything is like, Bobby's going to do it this year. He's going to beat Aaron Judge for the MVP. And they're only talking about those two. The betting public. Stupid.
My one word would be gamble, right? I mean, sure. Once again, here we are with Julio Rodriguez trying to get the better edge over Bobby Witt Jr., who won Rookie of the Year over Bobby Witt Jr. some years ago.
All right, how about this? You get one word. It's Garrett or Skeens. I'm talking about Myles Garrett or Paul Skeens. This comes from Twitter. Would you say the average person has a better chance of attempting to block Myles Garrett given 20 attempts or making fair contact off of Paul Skeens on 20 pitches? One word, Garrett or Skeens?
Garrett.
Garrett, yeah.
Hardest thing to do in sports
is hit a baseball.
I agree. I'll go Skeens just because there's chance with that. Like there's like randomness. There's randomness.
Sure.
Like Myles. What am I doing?
I'm just going to go low every time and hope I hit a kneecap.
Yeah, exactly. That's I'm with Justy. You know, I'd fall down in front of him and, you know, I'd be dirty with it, you know, grabbing and doing everything.
Yeah.
No, I look, man, hitting a baseball is impossible. Hitting it off of Paul Skeens is even more impossible. The odds will tell you to take the Myles Garrett bet versus the Paul Skeens bet.
Yeah, I have no chance at touching that fastball. I've got a chance that he's going to hit me so hard that he's going to think it was awesome.
Yeah, start laughing.
It's going to delay. Whereas, like, I'm not going to see the baseball. I'm going to at least get to see my death coming from Myles Garrett.
So scary.
I'm not going to see the two-seamer that goes 99 black. And then after he's thrown me 90 fastballs I haven't touched, he starts throwing me the curveball. And then I don't have any chance.
Yeah, you have no chance. No, and I don't mean you. I mean the collective you. We have no chance against Paul Skeens.
There's a podcast Ed Reed does, and they talked about it, and he said the hardest thing to do is to hit a baseball. The second hardest thing to do in sports is play cornerback.
Ooh, nobody's ever talked about the second hardest thing to do in sports. That's a cool debate topic.
Yeah, I'll cut it, and we'll play it sometime later.
Yeah, that's good. That's fun. That's evergreen. I kind of agree off the top of my head. How about this? Buffalo Bills, their new stadium. It's opening up this year. They're going to have 3 stainless steel bison. These actually kind of look badass.
Yeah.
A bull, a cow, and a calf. The bulls will stand 27 feet tall. They'll stretch 29 feet in length, and they'll weigh 23,000 pounds. One word.
Well, you forgot the most important part. They're going to have steam coming out of their nostrils.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Let's go.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, awesome.
My one word is they're going to have, it's irony. They'll have 3 statues of Bills, and they'll have 0 statues of Lombardis.
Hey, there we go. We'll go from stadium to stadium, NFL to NBA. The Thunder have released a new look at their planned $900 million arena in Oklahoma City. It's going to be called the Continental Coliseum, targeted to open in 2028. The video looks really cool. One word.
I was down there about a month ago, saw the big hole that they're going to have in this. I love new facilities. We were just watching something about the Chiefs' new facility and how that's going to look and how awesome it is and the experience that you get. This looks really cool down in Oklahoma City, man. So I'll go cool with that one. They deserve something special.
Yeah, I'd say breakfast. They're missing out on a promotion. If it's the Continental, they should be giving them breakfast night and come get your Continental breakfast. But the stadium in general, or the arena in general, one word, nasty, dude.
Yeah, looks badass. I mean, it looks fun.
Why is it when you win a championship, you immediately just get into Space Stadium talk?
Crazy.
They love
That's
you.
the time.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to support you when you're a loser. You win. Yeah. Let's go.
I was in Kaufman built in 16.
Yeah, seriously.
Like a new stadium in 16.
Well, they experimented with that, tried to do that, and the public told them they didn't want a downtown stadium. They wanted it where it was.
What is it, about 8-hour drive to Oklahoma City?
No,
Less
no,
than
4.5.
4.5? Oh,
dude,
dude,
it's close.
we got to get
8
down
hours.
there.
You could be in the middle of Dallas by then. No, their arena right now is very meh.
Yeah, I would love to go. I've only been to 2 NBA games, one of which was preseason, so I'll have to get down there. One word, Dan Hurley. He wants fans to unite. He wants fans to unite. He wants UConn and St. John's to play each other again because they are in the same conference over there. And he wants UConn fans to wear St. John's to rep UConn. He wants them to support each other and unite and root against. One word.
No. Absolutely not. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It's your rival. Did we just talk about this?
Yeah, it's topical.
Yeah, no. I would never root for Missouri so they could play Kansas for the right to go to the Final Four or something like that. Who wants that pressure? Because what if you lose that game, Dan? You know?
I think it's great for drama because then if you want them to win and they win, they beat your ass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
made your bed. So, yeah, just Hurley being Hurley.
I'm not sure any fan's going to saddle up for that one.
One word. We did a little pop culture last week. This is it again. Of course, the text will come in about this, of course, being on my algorithm due to my age. But Mickey Mouse and Bluey doing a crossover.
Collab.
The big man, the big mouse, going over on Bluey's show, a very popular children's show with dogs or whatever. So it'll be the dogs and the mouse. One word on Mickey Mouse doing a crossover.
Is Disney hurting for money?
That's what I'm like, damn.
That's my
Mickey
first
Mouse?
thought. Like, you're Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
You don't do crossovers.
No.
They come to you.
Of course.
You know? So, concerning.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, have you ever looked at what it costs to take people to Disney World?
It's obscene.
It's worse than skiing.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Boy, he's a good dog. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, just I don't think Disney's ever hurting for money. But yeah, I thought the ad was cool. How he like went into the Bluey world or whatever.
Down into
and
the
I know
world.
from having friends have kids, Bluey runs their life.
Yes.
So
Bluey's a big deal.
See, I'm out of that stage now.
Oh,
I don't think we were ever in that stage of Bluey.
No, it's been like the last 5 or 6 years, maybe longer than that.
My dog, I get stopped regularly because my dog looks like one of the dogs in Bluey, and so kids will be like, "Oh, that's," and I'll be like, "Oh, yeah,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Just
sure
like
it is."
Anselmo gets stopped when they think he's, Happy Days, and Tom Bosley,
Just like Gold can't go out to eat,
Can't
right?
go out to eat in that High Point jersey. Everybody, you look like Alex Gold. You got the High Point jersey on.
That's why he has to stay home.
Fun week of watching basketball nonstop and, having a few drinks.
Oh, God, and I'm the old guy.
Fun week of watching basketball nonstop and, having a few drinks.
Hello, America.
I mean, seriously, for years, Kling was the old guy. Now I'm the old guy. We all miss. The old guy sits in Dusty's seat from 10 to 2.
Yes.
Grandpa Gold over there. I had a couple of cocktails yesterday.
Couple of drinks.
Bruno Mars album is great.
And I do not have that bass thumping.
Yeah. Shave the cheeks this weekend.
Chips and salsa.
Yes.
Does he dust the salt off the chip?
He does.
Okay.
No, he doesn't know.
Love that man, Alex Gold.
We do.
Alexander Gold. Yeah. Coming up on the other side, we'll get more into what was yesterday in the college basketball world. Plus, you now have another opportunity to win one of those Royal subscriptions for the entire year. Caller number 5 during this break. When you hear the Vern drop, call Mac 913-586-7965. And the Royals for a year on TV is yours for free $99 here on 96.5 The Fan. Your home for those Kansas City Royals.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Carlos Esteves, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
I'll tell you what, guys, low testosterone is a real issue for many men out there, and it can lead to poor sleep and low energy, sometimes brain fog, reduced sex drive, and it makes it difficult to stay in shape. And as we all know, a healthy body plays a major role in overall health and well-being. But more than this, Heartland Men's Health can help men lose weight, support metabolism, improve gains in the gym, and more with their 4 targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more. And with the low T treatments combined with body composition programs, most men notice real improvements. You're going to have more energy, better focused, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and often a renewed sex drive as well. And if all of that sounds awesome, then you need to call my friends over at Heartland Men's Health and make that appointment today. Don't ignore the signs. Call them and take that first step towards feeling better again. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Independence between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and in North Kansas City. So call them today, 844-447-6600, or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
This baseball season, FanDuel is letting you choose your own reward for opening week. Betting customizations that transform how you experience the game. Make your choice, and the reward will be ready for you on your next MLB bet. FanDuel is the home of home runs. Now that you can choose your reward for opening week, baseball just got more exciting. For myself, personally, I'm looking at opening day. Cole Reagans is healthy, so I love a nice strikeout bet with Cole. And looking at the Royals' home opener, fences are in, the Twins have no pitching, and Jack Caglione has a chance to grab the city. Give me an anytime home run for him on that day. So, ready to play your game? Head to FanDuel.com/local to choose your reward for MLB's opening week. FanDuel, an official partner of the MLB, and FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Missouri. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yo, Harvey, Zoe, group selfie.
Ooh, nice new iPhone 17, Drewski.
Let's do a triangle formation. I'm in front.
With a center stage front camera, everyone fits in the shot.
You got it at T-Mobile.
But switching takes forever.
Not anymore. Now you can switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes.
Focus, people. Nail your pose.
And you get a new iPhone 17 on them.
No way.
Yes way.
No way.
Yes way, guys. Switch to T-Mobile and get iPhone 17 on us. And right now, we'll pay off your old phone up to $800.
I'm grabbing my phone and switching to T-Mobile right now.
Get back, Harvey. We're taking a... Let's go again, y'all.
With 24 monthly bill credits, finance agreement, 256 gigabytes, $830, eligible trade-in, example iPhone 13 and new qualifying line, $60 plus per month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees. For well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. $800 via virtual prepaid card. Card typically takes 15 days after rebate submission, no cash access, and card expires in 6 months. Check out in 15 minutes per line. Visit T-Mobile.com.
I'm turning into you, Binkley.
Score up to a $50 bonus bet daily during college hoops with BetMGM's free-to-play fast break game. Log into BetMGM, play as the point guard, and choose to pass or go for a dunk. If you score, you'll win either a $50 bonus bet or boost token. The ball is always in your court with BetMGM, where you can take advantage of special offers and earn rewards points on every bet. Make a fast break during college hoops by playing as the point guard for your daily shot at a $50 bonus bet or boost token. All rewards expire in 24 hours, and BetMGM.com is where you can find full prize details and terms. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older. This promotional offer not available in Nevada, Ontario, Pennsylvania, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements, additional terms and restrictions may apply in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Steve here with Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. Our March special is a toilet tune-up, which includes a new fill valve, flapper seal, and supply pipe for only $199. Yep, $199 is a steal compared to when we started the company or when I started plumbing back in '95. We understand some sticker shock. I can assure you that we are competitive. We show up and do what we say we will. So call Connolly at 913-768-7676 or visit ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com to schedule.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and from changing seasons to unpredictable road conditions, having solid auto insurance gives you real peace of mind. With AAA, switching today means you could save up to 21% on your auto insurance. AAA offers dependable protection, personalized coverage options, and customer service that's always there for you. And when you bundle policies or insure multiple vehicles, you can save even more. Visit AAA.com. That's AAA.com.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Missouri side, 470 westbound, heavy from 350 out past View High Drive, but the earlier accident has cleared. 435 northbound out of the Grandview Triangle, heavy up towards Bannister with an accident starting to slow you, and then heading 635 southbound. It gets heavy at Parallel Parkway, stays slow down past I-70 with an accident. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Back at it. A lot of people on the Bluey train here on the text line. Cliff runs our house. Dusty and Mac, you would like it. I don't know who Cliff is, but yeah. Somebody says, this is not meant to be disrespectful, but it's clear high-level sports weren't played in this group. Myles Garrett would beat you 1,000 out of 1,000 times. You would strike out against Paul Skeens 1,000 out of 1,000 times.
Yeah, both are true. That's what
Yeah,
makes
right.
it
That's exactly right. Nobody's arguing that at all.
We don't take it.
Garrett would lift me up with one pinky.
And there's no disrespect. But Myles Garrett could slip. Could hit a little. Could be playing on Arizona's field.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah. I think there is no chance with me against Myles Garrett. But I think there is negative no chance when it comes to Paul Skeens. So this is interesting. And I'm not reporting this. I want this to be evidently clear. I am going off of a tweet that I had just seen, and it comes from Rob Reinhardt. He is on X. His bio, now 8,000 followers, so I don't know where we judge things in today's world, but his handle is husband, father, Marine Corps vet, covering all things sports, Auburn alum. All opinions are my own. If you have any news, feel free to DM me. So again, I'm just reporting what he tweeted an hour ago. And he put a hashtag breaking. Kansas head coach Bill Self is retiring per sources after 23 years and 2 national championships with the Jayhawks. The legendary coach has decided to call it a career. One of the hottest sports jobs in college basketball is now, or could be, vacant. I don't believe it until I see it from somebody like a Matt Tate or somebody from even like a Nick Schwartz, who used to work here, who's still locked in with Kansas. So I don't believe this, but it is worth having a discussion of if this is a moment in Kansas's history where he is going to call it quits and settle down and no longer be the coach. It's pretty big news when that happens.
It's the biggest news in 20 years with the Kansas program.
Now, again,
you know?
There's no truth to this. We just saw this tweet. It was alarming to me. So I wanted to bring it up and have a discussion about it because we saw what happened yesterday or late last night with North Carolina's job. It is now open.
And Brad Stevens has already turned down that job today.
As he should have. And this is the same guy that said that some of the candidates that North Carolina was looking at is Billy Donovan and Tommy Lloyd. So he's part of that as well. Boy, wouldn't that be interesting in the world of college basketball if UNC and Kansas had vacancies.
Yeah.
Because Carrington was reporting on this yesterday about how there's rumors swirling around that Bill Self could be done. And, of course, we don't know until the source speaks himself. And I can tell you this, if there is a press conference that is in Lawrence, Kansas at some point this week at around 1 o'clock, you can imagine what the news would be.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, and look, when I look at what Bill Self has been able to accomplish at the University of Kansas, I don't blame him one iota for walking away. He's following the same path that all the legendary coaches before him have done. They got to a certain point and they're like, you know what? I'm at a certain point in my career and I'm ready to walk away. I'm ready to do some things. And it's no secret. Bill has been dealing with health issues for a while
and that's
now,
the type
right?
of text we get. It's his health concerns, so it's real, believe it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what it's all about. It's about him staying healthy and not being stressed on the sidelines anymore and keeping that heart in shape. And nothing to prove. No, I mean, my God, they should name the building after him. I mean, that's how good Bill Self has been. And
Self Fieldhouse.
Yeah, I mean, but when you think about it, I mean, Bill Self has done amazing things at the University of Kansas. I get emotional talking about Bill Self because, I was there the day he was hired and used to, cover that program intently and go up there every, Tuesday or Wednesday for lunch and hang out and, be around the program. And COVID changed a lot of that and how we do business these days. But Bill Self, to me, is one of the most impressive people that I've ever been around, and he's a genius. He's got a photographic memory. He remembers everything, and he's just a great human being as well. And as a guy who went to the University of Kansas, I've been spoiled with Roy Williams and Bill Self as the two basketball coaches. And when Bill was hired, at KU, again, this is not a funeral for his job or anything like that until we know, but rumors are out there, obviously. When he was hired, we're like, boy, I don't know that he could be any better than what Roy Williams was. Well, he was better than what Roy Williams did. He won national championships, and his winning percentage was better than what Roy Williams did. So whoever takes that job next, if there is a next person taking that job, whether it's Jock Vaughn or somebody else from outside, the program, they got huge shoes to fill. And that's going to be a comparison that you're always going to have. They say you never want to be the guy replacing the guy. Roy Williams came in and replaced Larry Brown. Bill Self came in and replaced Roy Williams. Now, whoever's going to replace Bill Self is going to replace a true legend that won multiple national championships, made the tournament every single year, and just did amazing things when his 23 years at the University of Kansas. And I just, I don't have enough good things to say about Bill Self. I could go on for hours and hours and hours about the type of person Bill Self is, the type of human being he is, the type of coach he is, just the entire package of who he is as a human being. He has been the perfect fit for the University of Kansas, is the perfect fit for the University of Kansas, and was the logical hire when they made that switch. The interesting thing, too, about the KU job, and many people don't know this, is that they had an athletic director for 1 week. His name was Drew Jennings. What Drew Jennings did in that 1 week was hire Bill Self to be the head basketball coach at the University of Kansas, and then they went out a couple of weeks later and hired Lou Perkins to be the athletic director. But that guy did one thing in the week that he was the interim athletic director, and that was make one of the best hires, maybe the best hire in the history of the University of Kansas. And it's going to be tough if they have to replace Bill Self to find somebody who can come in and do it. And it's a major loss for everybody because Bill Self was a genuine Kansas Citian as well. Always at Royal games. One of the stories I tell that I think is hysterical, and Kling was with me, is that we were at the World Series. It was against the Mets, and we were kind of down nosing around and doing some stuff, and in one of the eras that the sweet people were sitting in, and Bill tried to cut the bathroom line. And somebody said, I think it was a Missouri fan, end of the line, coach. You're not cutting the bathroom line. Like, that's Bill Self in a nutshell, just being an everyday guy, and that's why he's had so much success. And so if he is going to retirement and he is going to walk away from coaching, best of luck, Bill. Do whatever the hell you want. You can do anything. You can come here, hang out with us every day. I know you still listen to the show, and I appreciate that with all of my heart. And I appreciate everything that he's done at the University of Kansas. And so if he is done, the era is over. And boy, God.
Dog it.
Yeah, that's Roy's line there. God dog it. You gave us more than we could have ever asked for. And that's all you can ask. Did you leave the program in a better place than when you got it? Hell yes, you did. Hell yes.
Real quickly, I want to know from your guys' perspective in about 30 seconds, did Bill Self's decision, if it is this, again, we don't know, we're just having a conversation, if some of the reports and rumors are true that he is done, did the North Carolina job expedite that decision?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
He's done coaching. Nothing,
because if you're a high prize university, so is North Carolina, you probably want the better option to come to you before they would go to North Carolina. That's the only reason I asked that.
You're saying did it quicken North Carolina or KU's decision?
Yeah, to be like, hey, by the way, like North Carolina job's open. It's still considered one of the pristine jobs. Bill, hey guys, you go get somebody to replace me as well. I don't want you to be left behind.
Maybe.
Yes, that was probably part of the
from
conversation.
That standpoint. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, like, hey, they fired Hubert, man. It's like, are you going to do this? It's like
we
man,
need to know.
My wife said, I just need to be done, guys. And, I don't want, you guys to be going, I want a fair shot.
Yeah, no, I
can see that.
Yeah, okay. I thought,
because he would want the best for KU. He'd want
Absolutely,
them to get the best coach.
Yeah.
He wanted the best
he'll probably
opportunity.
Be out there hiring the guy.
Like I would think that if Andy Reid were to be done and there were like 4 other opportunities to go in the league somewhere, it'd be like, I'm done, guys. Like, get your coach search as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course.
Yeah. I wonder if that's the case.
And a lot of times these decisions are made up a long time ago. Like as Travis Kelce is obviously living proof to all that. When did you decide you were coming back? Week 6. When did you decide that you were done? Probably that last time I went to the hospital.
Bill was probably when that kid said he was done. I had to pull him out of the game. I was out, man. Never seen that in my life. Coming up next, baseball's opening night is tonight. What are your expectations for these Royals? We don't have any. We have standards. The standard for the Kansas City Royals begins on Friday. Baseball starts tonight here on 96.5 The Fan. You're over Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Jack Caglione, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Weekday morning starting at 6 right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at QC Kinetics are going to make you feel better, right? You don't want to feel old anymore. Your joints are barking, your elbows are hurting, your back is hurting, and you're thinking to yourself, I can't do anything that I used to be able to do because of all of these aches and pains. What am I going to do? I don't have time for surgery, and I don't want to be on meds. Well, you don't have to worry about that with QC Kinetics, because jumping back into life at full speed doesn't have to happen in an operating room. The QC Kinetics medical professionals use the latest regenerative treatments backed by real science, treatments that take the tiny, powerful healing tools inside your body and concentrate them right where you need relief the most. And QC Kinetics is getting you back in the game sooner than you ever expected. The sooner you start your treatment, the sooner the inflammation eases and the sooner joint damage slows down. No one signs up for feeling older faster. So find out if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. Your visit and consultation is free. Call them. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. QC Kinetics off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone. 816-412-6299.
My car smells fresh, so fresh, always so fresh every day. My car smells fresh, so fresh, like I cleaned it yesterday. Got that Febreze car on the vents, living life with that just clean freshness. Febreze car, if you know, up to 40 days a scent on low. My car smells fresh, so fresh, always so fresh every day. My car smells fresh, so fresh, like I cleaned it yesterday. That's right, breathe happy Febreze, la 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 la. Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Well, we finally made it. It's spring, and I have spring fever. I love getting outside and cooking on the flat top or the grill, and Hy-Vee has the best meat department in KC. They've got the freshest, top-quality cuts of corn-fed beef from the Midwest and the best prices in town. They also have bacon-wrapped chicken breast and stuffed pork chops, plus the fresh seafood we love at home. Make it a meal with a twice-baked potato. It's the best meat department in town. They've got the steaks, they've got the chicken, they've got the seafood, and you can get it only at Hy-Vee.
3, 2, 1. It's mid-March, and Kansas City is crazy about college hoops. Pick your bracket, call your friends, and count on Hy-Vee for all your game day snacks. Hy-Vee makes your watch party easy with a huge selection of ready-to-serve party trays, boneless wings, barbecue, sushi, pizza, and fresh bakery goods. Order ahead through the Hy-Vee app, online, or at your favorite store. Even if your bracket is a bust, your watch party will be a winner only at Hy-Vee.
Royals coverage brought to you by Metal by the Foot, your metal project superstore.
Whether you're a DIY enthusiast, a contractor, or business owner, Metal by the Foot has the perfect solution for you. Located in KC and Topeka, online at metalbythefoot.com. When you need a piece of metal, remember, metal doesn't have to cost an arm or a leg, just the foot.
Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Visit AnthonyPHC.com today.
Don't wait until extreme temps hit. Anthony makes home comfort easy. Right now, buy a new AC and get a furnace free when you book at AnthonyPHCE.com.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Grandview Triangle, 49 northbound, 470 westbound, all heavy as you make your way up towards 435 northbound with an accident before Bannister blocking 2 left lanes. Kansas side, 435 southbound, heavy from Holiday Drive down to Shawnee Mission Parkway with construction. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Hey Kansas City, this is Cole Reagans. On your way home from the K, tune into Vern's postgame show right here on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Back at it in 15 minutes. You're going to have an opportunity to win another Royals TV subscription for free for the entire season. Caller 5 when you hear the Vern drop, 913-586-7965. And when you hear Max say, you're a winner, not you're a wiener, you're a winner. You got a men's wieners. You got a full TV. And to those people out there that are wondering, no, I do not have codes just in my back pocket to give to you.
You don't? And you're holding them back from everybody, huh?
I wish, man.
Yeah, right.
Because I'll be honest with you, y'all wouldn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Go straight to my house. And no, I don't have it. So it's out of our hands. And don't forget, baseball's back tonight on Netflix. It's the Yankees, it's the Giants, it's Judge, it's Devers, it's baseball, and it's on Netflix tonight at 7 o'clock Central and 4 o'clock Pacific time. Little Royals talk here because being baseball's opening night, do you have, I guess we could do 3 different levels. Do you have high, low, or just kind of the expectations to see how Netflix handles this? Because they're going to have the Uso brothers from the WWE yeeting everybody up before the game. Could go without that. But what are your expectations seeing Netflix have baseball?
Well, I think what I'm going to see with Netflix tonight, they're going to make it an event because they have kind of already said that. They don't want just a random Tuesday night baseball or basketball game. They want an event for all of their sporting events. That's why we have Christmas Day now. That's why we have these, they call them the tentpole events. And opening day and the opening game is one of those for Netflix. So I think they're going to blow it out like we would expect them to do from an entertainment standpoint. But I hope they also don't lose sight that now once the game starts, we just kind of want the game, right? We need the play-by-play. We need the color analysis. We don't need all of that kind of stuff that get in the way of the game. You could do that in your pregame show. Binkley will be watching on the antenna, and then he can see what the pregame festivities are all about. But I'm hoping for good things from Netflix because I think they're going to be more involved in some of these bigger events. Obviously, the Home Run Derby is going to be on Netflix this year, and that's where you can have the fun and do all that kind of stuff with the ancillary folks. I just hope that once the game starts, we get a baseball game, and it's not the baseball's in the background because we want to promote every Netflix video that's out there and stuff of that nature. So I think they're going to be fine with it. They were great with football, right? Like, I don't think anybody complained about anything we saw from an NFL standpoint. So I hope we kind of get that same kind of approach to, what Netflix is going to do tonight.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that it's a interleague game too, right? Like it's not Yankees Blue Jays, which would still be a great game. It'd be a AL East showdown, obviously, but you get the McCovey Cove. Will there be a Barry Bonds appearance?
Yes, he's on the pregame show.
So like what we'll see from that, like it's crazy how baseball today has welcomed Barry Bonds back, but the old head boomers can't put him in the Hall of Fame because he cheated.
He cheated.
But it's I'm excited for this. I'll have it on the phone because it's trivia night. And got to be there first at the International Tap House in Lee Summit. So that'll be fun to do that. But we'll have a Netflix option on our phone and watch the game there because probably going to be a sucker. It's a regular season game. So I'm going to bet Aaron Judge in a home run. You think he's got enough pop to go oppo into the Cove?
Oh, I don't know about that. But
That's a stick.
That is. I mean, well, you hit the Hall of Fame.
But that was a pull. That was a pull. Yeah. Noah Cameron still has a sore neck from that shot.
Yeah.
But I was wondering about that because I was thinking to myself, can Judge put one in McCovey Cove oppo taco?
That would be cool.
Because the kayaks are going to be crazy tonight.
Yeah, he probably going to try. That's a shot, though, Dusty.
I mean, massive shot.
That's hard to do.
Some guys don't hit it left-handed.
Yeah. I'm going to say no. Myles Garrett, Aaron Judge going oppo, or hitting off of Paul Skeens. I'll say very likely none of those happens, but maybe Judge does it. But, I mean, it's the right matchup to have. You got San Francisco versus New York. You wanted to combine the biggest markets, and I think the Dodger fatigue is out there. Very, very large around Major League Baseball and around sports fans. So I think showing the Giants with this new manager that came straight from college, which we've never seen before.
Yeah, from the University of Tennessee.
Against the most prominent brand in all of sports in the Yankees. Look, it's a great matchup for Netflix to have on there tonight.
Is it a coincidence that the draft pick they took is from Tennessee?
Yeah,
and
right.
their manager's from Tennessee. So I did a couple of, not deep dives, just kind of like the ones that make sense that are fun to follow. The Royals over-under this year, Bob, is 82.5.
I find that to be low.
Minus 110.
Yeah, you got to take the over on that.
Okay. I think they won 83 last year.
Mm-hmm.
They're a better team this year than they were last year.
If Jack Caglione is just better than he was last year, this team is better than they were last year.
That's fair. I think it also depends on how they handle Detroit. I think they should take care of business more often than not against Chicago. I think they'll take care of business most of the time against Minnesota. Cleveland's also a dogfight. Maybe go 500 against them and then somehow, take the edge from the Tigers and have that sort of advantage because it's not like they overpower you.
Right.
Like the Tigers have two prospects they're going to have coming up this year, Max Clark and McGonigal. Those guys are both supposed to be studs. The Royals did that last year. Those guys that are supposed to be studs need to be studs. And you got Jensen and Cags. They've got McGonigal and Clark. Clark's going to have 1,900 chains on his neck before he makes a fly ball out, which was hilarious to see in spring training. How about this for Cole Reagans? 14 or more wins at plus 210.
If he's going to be in the Cy Young conversation and people are saying Cy Young, doesn't it have to be higher than 14? 14 seems like a lukewarm type of victory total. Now, I know you don't base all your stuff based on wins and losses when it comes to a pitcher, but I feel like if he's in the Cy Young competition and we're talking about a playoff team, maybe 14 wins is good now in Major League Baseball. Nobody's going to get you the 20-win seasons really anymore. But I would expect, if you were to ask me what I expect expectation-wise for Cole Reagans, I would say somewhere between 15 and 17 wins.
The most wins he's had in a season was 2024 when he was 11-9.
Yeah.
Obviously, injury plagued last year, 3-3. And then 7 wins combined between Texas and Kansas City in that year, 7-5 in 2023 coming out.
And that's the knock against him, though, Dusty, is that staying healthy, I mean, that's been his Achilles heel, no pun intended, for his entire career. The guy's had, multiple Tommy John surgeries and was out most of last year as well. So, yeah, I think right now the only question mark that I have about Cole Reagans is the health. Can he stay? And that's for everybody. If anybody in this rotation goes down, then we're talking about, well, we got some bigger problems, bigger fish to fry,
Royals to win the World Series plus 4,000.
That's a good bet. Take it.
10 wins you 400 and
right.
something.
Yeah, take it.
Bobby Wood Jr. to win MVP plus 500. Second best odds behind.
Yeah, Julio Rodriguez, you said?
The Judge.
No, Judge.
In your daddy's Judge.
I think this is the year Bobby does it. I think as much as there's Dodger fatigue, there's Aaron Judge MVP fatigue as well.
I don't know if you glanced up at the TV, but they had a question up earlier. Would you take Ohtani in the NL as the MVP or the field?
Ohtani.
Yeah. He's going to pitch.
Yeah.
You see what he did yesterday?
I know, 11 strikeouts. And
4 innings.
I mean, it's also the Angels.
But he made Mike Trout freeze. Like he froze
Sorry, Perry.
Trout.
Yeah, I know. It's sick. Yeah, I would definitely take Ohtani over the field when it comes to the MVP. But I also I think there is Aaron Judge fatigue. And I think Aaron Judge, again, in a big moment in the World Baseball Classic, correct me if I'm wrong.
He was judging when it mattered.
Right. And who really stood out in the baseball class. So I think Bobby has the edge kind of going into the season now because people are seeing the World Baseball Classic. They saw that Bobby played well and that in the biggest moment, again, Aaron Judge didn't do anything. And so I think the MVP, Aaron Judge fatigue is real. Like I said, just like I think the Dodger fatigue is real for people now.
He's a judge in the regular season. He's a bailiff in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Bailiff, take this man away. Carter Jensen, Rookie of the Year, odds plus 550. Seems to be kind of a favorite in the AL to win the MVP.
What Rookie of the Year, you mean? Yeah.
Rookie of the Year, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think those are pretty good odds. Take it. Yeah.
This is one that's sexy.
Yeah.
Jack Caglione to have the most home runs in the American League is plus 7,500.
Wow. I mean, why not, right? Throw a $10 bill on that?
Yeah, I think the potential is there.
Yeah.
Now you've got Kurtz in the AL, Judge in the AL. You have all these big power hitters. Cal Raleigh's in the AL. So it's interesting to see that he's even on the list.
Yeah.
But if he is, it's very low. It's like Andy Reid Coach of the Year odds to get Cags to lead that. Royals are plus 130 to make the playoffs.
Should be negative money.
Okay. Negative money would do what for you?
Get me excited. Plus
130 is close.
Close. It's close. Yeah. It's close. Yeah. It's not a good bet. It really isn't.
There's not enough juice.
There's not enough juice. There really isn't now.
But there is juice here to win the AL Central. They are second behind the Tigers. The Tigers sit at plus 110 to win the AL Central. The Royals sit at plus 225.
Yeah, that's a big gap right there. Everybody loves the Tigers.
That's where it's like funny when you do these bets because with Cags, you throw like a $5 bet down to win home run title of the AL at 7,500. Where it's like, if you're confident in your boys in blue and it's plus 225, that's where you throw a couple extra units on where you'd say, you know what? I'm going to throw 50 on this. Or you think, Bobby, you're like, plus 500 MVP? That's not the greatest thing in the world. You're like, okay, well, if you believe he can be and that there is Judge fatigue, then, maybe put more of your belief in stock in that and, make it worth it. Because, I think that's where I'm going. I'm going all the way. I'm going full chalk Royals just to have fun with the season.
Absolutely,
where,
yeah.
Reagan's leads in strikeouts. Bobby's the MVP. Jensen's the rookie, and Cags is the home run guy. Not all of those are going to happen. Maybe not one happens. But, boy, how much fun is the season when all that happens? And, by the way, if that all happens, you're looking at not only being the AL Central winner, you're looking at being the number one seed probably in the playoffs in the American League.
Yeah, absolutely. If it does, you're going to knock Detroit off in that situation. And like I said yesterday, I'm really interested to see how this whole Detroit thing is handled with Tarek Skubal and, what happens around the trade deadline and all the conversations that are going to take place around him. It's going to drive everybody nuts. And I think it would drive everybody nuts inside that clubhouse every day answering questions about Tarek Skubal and if he's going to be here and what you're going to do if you're a team down the stretch. Because what do? You just let him walk at the end of the season? I mean, you have to if you're in a playoff race.
And if you want to make those bets and watch, you want to listen here in this commercial break, we're giving away the third opportunity to win a Royal subscription for the entire year, a $100 package worth nothing if you are caller number 5 and you talk to Mac. All you have to do is hear the Vern drop during the break, and you've got a chance. It's 913-586-7965. We'll get into why Dan Orlovsky got bodied by Pat McAfee on the other side on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Carter Jensen, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, weekday mornings starting at 6, right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you something, my friends over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control want to make your lawn look as good as our lawn. And I'm saying that because they took a lawn that looked like complete and total dirt and turned it into the most beautiful lawn on the block. Only the professionals at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control could have done such a thing for us. And they are college-educated professionals. They know all about the soil. They know all about the grass. They know all about the climate right here in Kansas City. That's why every lawn they look at and every lawn that they work on looks like the best lawn on the block. They also get the job done right the first time. You see those blue trucks? They're iconic. They're all over Kansas City. Look behind that blue truck, and you'll see the most beautiful lawn on the block. Aspen offers full-service lawn care, irrigation, and pest control, and they've been serving Kansas City since 1985. Right now, they're going to give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So get in touch with Aspen Lawn and Pest Control today. Also, take advantage of that pest control. Get that mosquito dome over the yard like we do and keep the bugs out all spring and summer long. Visit them now at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
There's nothing like the sound of Royals baseball. When the boys in blue take the field, loyal fans tune in, turn it up, and stay connected. And where do Kansas City's most passionate sports fans gather? Right here on 96.5 The Fan. Sports fans are loyal fans. They support the teams they love and the businesses that support their team. If you're ready to grow your business and connect with a dedicated, engaged audience, call 816-522-0444 or email greg.bergen@odyssey.com. That's greg.bergen at odyssey.com.
Sex, intimacy, love. These three things are critical to a good relationship, and that's the problem with erectile dysfunction. It often destroys sexual enjoyment and intimacy. It stresses the love between partners, often to the breaking point. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if you're suffering with ED, you likely know exactly what I'm talking about. But I also want you to know that ED doesn't have to impact your relationship anymore. At Heartland Men's Health, we're ED experts, with our focus on men's sexual health. We've treated tens of thousands of men and have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. I promise you, if you're like most guys, you can get your sex life back, perhaps even performing like you haven't in years. So if ED is affecting you, it's time to get back to better sex, better intimacy, and deeper love. Call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a best man speech, but getting one from some random plus one.
I am honored to be standing here today, also confused and a little hungry. Does anyone want to switch entrees? Pretty sure I checked beef.
You wouldn't settle for just any speech, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast!
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more. USPS, official shipping sponsor of the NHL.
So, you're ready to propose, huh? Yeah, man. She's definitely the one. What are we thinking about the ring? I got my wife's at Hellsberg. I couldn't recommend a better jeweler. I could use some help with that. Man, go to Hellsberg. I had no idea how many details you need to consider. Did you know you can get a natural or lab-grown diamond? I didn't. Figure out what she wants. Trust me, they'll make it happen.
Start your story with Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Hey, it's Dusty Likens, and from changing seasons to unpredictable road conditions, having solid auto insurance gives you real peace of mind. With AAA, switching today means you could save up to 21% on your auto insurance. AAA offers dependable protection, personalized coverage options, and customer service that's always there for you. And when you bundle policies or insure multiple vehicles, you can save even more. Visit AAA.com. That's AAA.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Grandview Triangle, 470 westbound heavy, 49 northbound heavy getting into the Grandview Triangle, and 435 southbound slow past Bannister, and off again, on again, 435 westbound from Grandview Triangle to the state line. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Is there a significance of this song today? Is this like the 30th anniversary or something of this?
No, I'm just bringing back a rotation.
Okay.
Drew's been playing instrumentals, so I'm bringing back our beds.
All right.
From a year ago.
Are we allowed to do that?
Hey, Spec, welcome to work.
Yeah. Are we allowed to do that?
As I walk through the valley of the shadow with doubt, I take a look at myself. Anyways, nobody wants that.
I was loving it.
Have you ever heard of Amish Paradise?
It's great.
The best.
Yeah.
Churn the butter once or twice.
It's so funny.
I've yet to see that movie, though.
Yeah.
The Weird Al movie with, what was it, Elijah Wood or...
There's a Weird Al movie out there right now.
Oh, yes.
No.
Came out a few years ago.
Oh, I'll have to look into that.
The actual song was from
Yeah.
that movie, Dangerous Minds.
No, there's
Minds.
a Weird Al movie, yes.
You thought Michelle Pfeiffer was hot as Catwoman. Boy, she is a teacher.
Also not
I'd have
Elijah
got
Wood,
amazed.
dang it.
Not Frodo
That's
Baggins.
Frodo. I'm thinking of Harry Potter. I'm sorry.
Daniel Ratliff.
Thank you.
There you go.
It's a.
I always mix them up. I feel bad for them.
You ever
Sorry,
listen to
guys.
Nathaniel Ratliff and the Night Sweats?
No.
Oh, talk about patio sessions.
Really?
Is that a movie based on his life, or like what is, or is it a mockumentary, or like I mean, it has to be a mockumentary because all his songs are mockumentary.
yes.
You know.
By the way, you guys know about Morton Salt Amphitheater opening up?
Yeah.
You know who
Heck yeah.
the first act is to play there?
Weird Al?
That's right.
Is it really? Oh my, that's fantastic.
He's breaking ground in Morton
Geez.
Salt.
Oh man, that is awesome.
That is sick,
Weird
dude.
Al, baby, I love it.
I just never got into Weird Al. I don't know what it was. I couldn't get into it. It had nothing to do with like his music. It wasn't my thing. Didn't he have an album once called like Running with Scissors?
Yeah, I think he did.
Hey There, Anna, or what was it? The American Pie song he did a rendition of with the Anakin guy.
Yeah.
Kind of funny, actually.
That he's so talented. Like people, I don't know if they like Weird Al or they do or they don't, but I mean, for me, he is so talented at what he does because it's not easy to sit there and make up those songs. I mean, Brett Veachtown didn't just come out of nowhere. Hearing
Real
from
quick,
somebody,
real quick though, Mac, we had a little bit of a mishap. Play it.
It makes sense why Dusty's so horny.
So when you hear Vern's voice, now call number 5, 913-586-7965 for the third opportunity to win a Royal subscription for the entire year for free. Go ahead.
Yeah, somebody who's pretty in tune with college athletics sent me a text, and it kind of piggybacks about what you said with the North Carolina job. And it says, Kansas would like to know right now if Bill is going to be done because of that North Carolina job opening. And
I was wondering,
the conversation, can you go one more year, and see if he goes one more year, that would be outstanding. But the North Carolina job now being open, yeah, it probably does force a little bit. This is somebody who's involved in college athletics all over the country and has the ear for a lot of different places and kind of knows what's going on, right? And so it's interesting to hear that perspective now twice in the last hour. Like, okay, if North Carolina is open and you're going to leave, you need to let us know right now so we can make this jump and not potentially lose somebody to North Carolina. And I asked the same person, I go, you think Jock gets the job? And it's a 50-50 type of thing. There's going to be people out there where Kansas, we can do better. But at this day and age, and I know I'm not as in tune with the college coaches as I used to be, who is that logical fit? Because Bill Self was that logical fit when he took over for Roy Williams. There was nobody else that was, would have even been considered for that job. It was such an easy transition to Bill Self. I don't know who that right person is at this point in time. And people like TJ Otzelberger, right? Let's say you're going to go from Iowa State to Kansas. I don't know. Maybe you do. It's a better job, obviously, to go to KU. It's one of the best jobs in the country.
Who would Bob Fescoe go after?
I would hire Jock. I really would. I would hire Jock Vaughn. That's who I would go after. And that's just because I am biased. That was my guy when I was in college, right? We were in college together, watched him play 3 years, at the University of Kansas. I remember when he decided he was staying for his senior year and how important that was. And so, I mean, yeah, I would go with Jock Vaughn right now. That's the guy that I would absolutely go with. But I'm not the guy that's making that hire. And, whoever the athletic director is at KU is going to have a big job to fill. And if he doesn't get that right, I mean, if you hire the wrong basketball coach, if Bill does decide to leave, your ass is out at the door too, because this is you can't F this hire up type of job. And I mean, I don't know. Who would you hire?
I kind of like that Billy Donovan rumor.
I like Billy Donovan too. I don't hate it. Yeah.
Maybe it's the recency bias of the Fred Hoiberg thing kind of working out.
I'd go get Fred though. I mean, if
he ain't leaving Nebraska.
Well, it's Kansas though. I mean, he did leave his alma mater, to go to the NBA, and then when
you talk about Otzelberger leaving Iowa State to go to Kansas, Ken, your alma mater, one of your greatest players, if not your greatest player of all time, go be Kansas's head coach.
Who you talking about?
Hoiberg.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, no, he left Iowa State
went to Chicago.
He went to Chicago, and then obviously that failed, and he went to Nebraska. It's not the same league as Iowa State,
Sure.
but I mean, he was the mayor of Ames. But
yeah, and now you're going to be the commander-in-chief of Lawrence?
I mean, you've seen crazier things happen, I'm sure, right? I mean, it's Kansas, guys.
No, I get you. I get you.
Yeah.
And he may make that choice, but I kind of have a feeling just as far as deep pockets, like Nebraska would be able to match everything KU would for Fred if they wanted to go.
Except KU. They can't match
the cachet.
KU.
No,
you can't match the Jayhawk. You can't match Lawrence.
The brand.
The brand. That's the word I'm looking for.
No, not even close.
I will say this. I don't want to see Jock Vaughn be Kansas coach.
And I agree. I get that, yeah.
And we just saw Hubert Davis get fired.
Right.
He played college basketball.
Yeah, North Carolina. Yeah.
And he was there for 5 years, and he's gone.
Yep.
And now his legacy is in between opinions and what was the past and the present.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why George Brett never was the manager for the Kansas City Royals. You cannot fire a legacy guy, and with the Kansas City Royals where their things tend to lead, that's inevitably what would happen.
Right.
Also, I believe this to be true. And I will say this when we have this conversation about Andy Reid. Once that era is done, it's time to rebuild.
It is.
You don't want to get stuck in what was. And I'm not saying that Jock Vaughn's going to run the same sort of offenses as Bill Self, but when Roy left, what was Roy's play? It was run like hell like track stars and just wear them out. I don't care if we win 81-79. we're going to run them to death. And that's what he had in Collison, Heinrich, and Boschee and all those great teams. And then Bill came in and it was high-low.
High-low. And Kansas fans were pissed the first couple of years.
He started running that weave at the top of the key, and then you saw everybody else kind of implicate that into their offense, and he ran the high-low better everybody. That's when guys like Darnell Jackson were there and Joel Embiid were there. It was perfect. Have a point guard that you can develop. Have a big man that can run the high-low, and we'll be fine, and we'll do everything our way. Roy, run like track stars. Bill methodically killed him with 1,000 paper cuts.
Yeah, exactly.
And that worked. That's why it worked. And there was no, yes, Bill Self was an assistant under Brown, but there was no ties other than that, right? Larry Brown was a coach. He was an assistant. He coached and played at Tulsa.
But the fit was perfect.
Oklahoma State. Yeah.
You know?
So, I mean, all that stuff was there. And
look, Bill went to Oklahoma State, and now he was the head guy at Kansas. So, you know, what's his name can do that. Hoiberg can do that as well. You know?
And a couple texts saying that his daughter, Hoiberg's daughter, went to KU.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That mattered. But I mean, look, Fred Hoiberg. If you're asking me who would be the perfect fit, yeah, Fred Hoiberg is that. I think the more I think about it now, I'd love Jock to be that guy. But you make a great point with you're gonna have to fire your legend eventually. But Kansas has never fired a coach. I mean, like that's I guess Ted Owen. But I mean, these guys just matriculate to the next job by their own or go to retirement.
And that's basing that off of what was college basketball. And now we're seeing what college basketball is.
Right.
And the rumors that are circling is that Bill Self could be done. It might be over. Obviously, the health concerns are there. He had his post-game press conference that he's going to go home, talk to his family. He's like, I still love what I do, but I want to be good at what I do in a roundabout way.
And I want to be there for my family,
I would say if I'm Kansas, you can be cocky in this situation. Like, you can go out there and walk into the bar and be like, I'm going to talk to every girl, and I guarantee I'm going to land one of them. I go into a bar, I can talk to every girl, and I'm not going to land one of them, boys. But the thing is, with Kansas, you can rock that Jayhawk out wherever they are and say, hey, we're going to talk to Ben McCollum. Why not?
And that's the feeling of Kansas fans.
He's shown that he's not going to stick with a school, that he wants to build his way up. And I know that McCollum is at Iowa now, but that entire team is gone. It's only 1 year, but why not, right? Like, go talk to him. The other one I would say is Tommy Lloyd in Arizona.
$11 million buyout.
It don't matter to Kansas.
No, it doesn't. No. Whoever. You're right.
So, again, money not an issue in this situation. I look at those two guys first. Those would be my first two candidates. And then I would probably go look at like one guy that maybe you're not thinking of that's there, because I was too young to remember. It was 2003, so I wasn't really that old enough to kind of follow the system of sports. But I don't know how much Bill Self was on the radar around the league. Now, I know he was great at Illinois, and he had built his way up from Tulsa to Illinois.
No, he was hot. He was a high.
Because Mizzou was in contention.
Well,
with
Mizzou
Bill Self.
took Quinn Snyder over Bill Self.
Correct, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if Bill Self was able to go to Mizzou, and I'm not shooting at Mizzou. I love Mizzou. I think I root for them. I root for Kansas, all the local schools. But like the fact that they were in conversation with Bill Self and where Kansas is now, like with the coaches they should get. And Mizzou's got Dennis Gates, so they're going to be okay for them. He's got to do some things next year. But to me, that's where I look at it as like, who is that Bill Self of Illinois in 2026? And to me, it's McCollum or it's Tommy Lloyd. Now, I don't know if Tommy Lloyd leaves Arizona. I don't know why you would. But again, you go back to it and you're like, well, it's Kansas. But then you look at it nowadays and it's like the legacy of those teams' names has also taken a little bit of a downgrade, because it's like, well, what schools are going to give me money as well? Give me NIL stuff. Yeah. And clearly Kansas will do that.
Kansas will do that, yeah. But I also think, too, it takes the right person to be able to come in there and be the head basketball coach at the University of Kansas and take over for a legend like Bill Self or whatever legend there is. I mean, we thought Roy was a legend, right? And he was at the University of Kansas. And the guy that came in had to be – I can't put into words how perfect a fit Bill Self was to take over for Roy Williams when it happened. It was just like this seamless transition. It went from Roy Williams to Bill Self, and my God, we're on our way. And it was just a perfect match made in heaven when they hired him. And the more we're having this conversation in the last 5 minutes, I give it up to Mac, man. I just keep going back to Hoiberg. I keep finding myself thinking about Fred Hoiberg on that sideline and what a perfect fit he would be for the University of Kansas. And the more that I think about it, the more convicted I've become. You know, you put me on the spot, who would Bob Fescoe hire? I would hire Jock because I love the guy. But the more I think about it and the more I consider it and the more I dream about it, Fred Hoiberg is the perfect fit for the University of Kansas, and that needs to be the guy that they go after. He's got that same personality, that same charm that Bill Self had. And the other thing that Fred Hoiberg is, he'll respect the hell out of Bill Self, but he won't be intimidated to follow Bill Self. I think there's going to be guys that will be intimidated to say, I got to take over for this guy. He won 87% of his games. He's won, or he lost fewer games than Big Monday games that he played, or whatever like. You look at all of these insane accomplishments that Bill Self has. It's going to take somebody who is comfortable in their own skin to be able to go in there to live up to those expectations. And quite honestly, people would probably rather take the North Carolina job at this point than go in there and try to replace Bill Self. Because at North Carolina, you're not replacing a legend. You're replacing Hubert Davis, who replaced Roy Williams. At the University of Kansas, you're replacing a legend, and a lot of guys may be scared off by that and may not want to deal with, well, Bill would have done it this way or Bill would have done it that way. That's why, to me, the more we have these conversations, Fred Hoiberg, to me, is the logical choice if Kansas has to make a decision.
And the reason why I asked you guys about, do you think that the rumors that started to get a little bit more smoky around the fire of maybe Bill Self going down is because of what happened in North Carolina? Because all of the names that you guys just mentioned and that I mentioned as well are all tied to North Carolina. And one name that no one's mentioned yet, he's got a great name, is Dusty May at Michigan. That's a hot name for Carolina, because Carolina's top 4 names, according to
I'm going to be arrogant for a second. I don't think he's good enough for Kansas.
Oh.
I am. I'm just going to be arrogant for a second and say that.
He was able to give you guys Hunter Dickinson.
Yeah, I know. We're very appreciative of that. Yeah.
That guy knows how to scam, dude. I'm down. Take this dude. He's 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that. All right, we'll take him. Nailed it. Now he can do that.
Yeah.
Kansas.
I don't think that. I think, like, you're talking big name guys for Kansas, right? And like I said, I was talking to somebody who's tied in with college sports, and there's 2 ways to look at it. Yeah, there's people like me who would love Jacques, but there's also people who look at it and go, we're Kansas. We can get anybody. And if that's the case and you can get anybody, Fred Hoiberg's the big fish in the pond that you go after. I think he is the perfect fit for the University of Kansas.
This is hilarious. We missed this one. Props to BetMGM. Since we hired Bill Belichick in North Carolina, North Carolina is sending Phil Jackson as their next head coach.
Yes.
And the picture's Phil in a crushed blue, soft blue blazer with a navy blue tie.
That's really good. I like that. No, that's fantastic. That is well done. That is really good.
That's fantastic. Phil Jackson's going to go to Carolina to run the triangle offense.
Wow. More breaking news today. Chris Berman announced his retirement.
Wasn't that like 10 years ago?
I think it's official now.
Back. Still here.
Gone.
Yeah. Chris Matthews. I don't know, man. I'm interested.
Yeah, I need to see what Dusty May does the rest of this tournament. I'm just kind of looking up.
Because he was
some
at FAU as well, wasn't he?
And that's what I'm looking. I'm trying to look up what FAU did in the tournament and when he was there.
Yeah.
But this is his second year as Michigan. Obviously, they've only lost 3 games this year, but
and he got into a number 1 seed. Yes. He can recruit. Mm-hmm. He's got an All-American in Lindenberg. So yeah, I don't hate Dusty May. The other one, the one I will say that I really don't want is Nate Oates. I'm not sure I like Nate Oates. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like punchable face. I mean, I'm in that category as well to a lot of people, but I don't know if Nate Oates is the guy that I think I'd want to come to Kansas.
You really want to mix it up. Go get Calipari.
Holy cow. Not from Arkansas. You ain't going to get him.
See, I would love that hire. But that's just me. I know Kansas fans would absolutely hate that hire. But look, he's in the Kansas family, guys. You know, he's on that same bench as Bill Self was back in those days with Larry Brown. So
can I ask you one that's really going to F your brain up?
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Uh-huh.
What if it's Dan Hurley?
Ugh. Get bent.
I mean,
I'd have a hard time rooting for them.
He's a guy you hate.
Yeah.
When he's not your guy.
I don't know if he's a guy that I'd like if he was my guy, though.
I love that everybody in the text line just knows these people aren't leaving. May's not leaving Michigan.
How do you know that? It's Kansas, guys. They're not hiring at East Toenail State.
But just to play devil's, and I don't necessarily disagree with you, but to play devil's advocate on that, we talked all show and all week and this all season about how college sports has changed.
Yep,
Bloods are dying. Things are more even.
Yeah.
All you need is money. You've named Nebraska and Michigan. Those schools got money.
And that's why I brought that up. I was like, the brand of like slam dunk is gone. That's why I'm saying if you are KU, you have to believe that it's still there and lead with that sort of sword.
And that's why I think, again, Fred Hoiberg, like, he understands.
Totally. The cachet in history still matters. It still adds value.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's as, like, that Vince McMahon walk isn't exactly what it was 15 years ago.
Not for anybody.
Not for
anybody.
Anyone. Anyone.
No, not one program. I mean, look at Kentucky right now. They've got their former, player in there. He ain't doing such a hot job. So
I'd bring in Dusty May. I'm looking some stuff up. Yeah, this guy's a real deal.
But guys will leave for money too. I mean, it doesn't matter. But Dusty may get his deal matched by Michigan. Who knows what the case is? But yeah, I just think more and more about it. Fred Hoiberg, just like Bill Self was the perfect fit 23 years ago, Fred Hoiberg would be the perfect fit now, in my opinion. And you go get Fred Hoiberg. You fly to Lincoln, Nebraska. You get him and you bring him home.
Fred Hoiberg would only be 54 next year as the head coach.
It's great.
He's also needs to find out if KU has a Phi Kappa Alpha. He's a frat boy from Phi Kappa Alpha.
Good. Yeah. They do.
Okay, so it'll fit right in.
816 brings up a good point. Hurley declined the Lakers. Hard to see him going for Kansas.
No, it's the NBA versus college. If he really is a college coach, I don't think one has to do with the other.
Gosh, I wish he would have taken that Lakers job from an entertainment standpoint.
Him and LeBron. It would have been outstanding.
Get out there, you MF and flopper. Yeah. Glasses all sideways.
Yeah,
he would have been fired.
He wouldn't have worked. He would not have worked in the NBA.
Nope.
But I don't know if that style is going to work much longer in college either.
Sure seems to be doing all right.
Because you're paying these kids now. Eventually, they're going to start looking at him going, I'm not going to get yelled at by this. I'm making more money than you, coach.
Who do you think makes more money, Dan Orlovsky or Pat McAfee?
We boots on the ground saw Fernando through the biggest games, and it's just like everything about him just screams.
What biggest games, Pat?
Huh?
What biggest games?
The college football playoffs.
Now
you're playing possum.
No, you're right. Those SEC games are bigger than the fucking playoff games, Dan.
Am I allowed to ask questions and have an opinion
They
as well?
played each other head to head.
Okay, Dan, do you just have so the college football playoffs a big mockery, a scam, doesn't mean anything. These games just don't matter. Like, what do you mean? What are the biggest games? They have a full committee. They have billions of dollars in TV rights for what the biggest games are.
Okay, and so no, I'm aware of that, dude. Like, you guys, okay, so in the biggest games, so the college football playoffs started, and they played opening.
Well, you can start at the Big Ten championship, I guess. You can say Big Ten.
Okay, Big Ten championship. Okay, Big Ten championship. In that game, they're down 13-6 going into the fourth quarter. Indiana.
And then what?
Boom.
So do they win the game?
And then what, brother?
Yes. But
we're talking about all the moments. You're talking about traits. It's like, okay, how about 2nd and 17?
6 points through the first 3 quarters. People.
Ohio State's defense is a historic defense. Like, what are we even talking about?
People crucified Arch Manning for doing that on the road.
Crucified Arch Manning. Arch Manning's not a part of this conversation.
Well, if you go by that too, like Indiana beat Alabama, 38-0. I mean, it's
Okay, so we're just picking and choosing.
No. You
yeah. And this is why people say you're getting paid to do this. You know what I mean, Dan?
No, because I'm giving you factual information.
Oh, boy.
I've never seen somebody buried in a body bag so fast like Dan Orlovsky was yesterday.
No. Yeah.
He hasn't played any big games. Big Ten championship, college football.
Beat Ty Simpson coming from behind.
I mean,
the college football playoff.
Yeah. Well, those aren't the biggest. They were 14-0. They didn't lose a game. They were the national champions. I mean, it's okay, Dan. To admit you're on the take from the agency because you guys are rep by the same guy, and that's what I mean. That guy got exposed.
On the count of 3, one word. Dan Orlovsky is getting paid from the same organization as Ty Simpson. 3, 2, 1.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's so bad. There are ways to do that and deliver a message that somebody is asking you to deliver without sounding like a total fool. He should have come out there. Never. What big games has he played in? He won the national championship.
And then he goes into like throws, and I would have been like, what about that game against Penn State back in the end zone, season on the line?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not the biggest Fernando Mendoza fan because I just don't think it's going to work in the NFL. But I don't sit here and try to prop somebody else up because I'm repped by the same agent. I mean, that to me is it's bad. But there's also like I'll blame Dan's. I don't want to say producers or people, but if they know he's going to talk about this kind of stuff and he's going to go on with McAfee, who's going to eviscerate him like that, you've got to be prepared and you've got to go in with your A game. And Dan Orlovsky went in with a hot take from X and got exposed. But that's what it is. That's why everybody thinks they can do our job. I've got this great hot take. I'm going to buy a High Point jersey. Nobody's ever done anything like that before.
Great take.
You know, or I'm going to go in and, say that this guy's never played in any big games and nobody's going to call me on it. And then when you have to back up this stuff, you're unable to do so. He should have just gone in and said, I love Ty Simpson and given all sorts of football stuff that nobody understands.
But then we wouldn't be talking about it. Coming up on this commercial break, you've got opportunity number 4 to win a Royals TV subscription for the entire year. $100 worth of that subscription for free if you're caller number 5 to 913-586-7965. Don't call now. The lines are blocked, so they'll open up once you hear.
I'm turning into you, Binkley.
When you hear that during the commercial break, be caller number 5. Talk to Mac. You'll be hooked up with a free Royals subscription for the entire year. This is number 4. We've got one more after it here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Royals.
Hey, it's Vinny Pasquantino, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Fellas, you know what time of the year it is. It's the season of love. Sex, intimacy, and love are essential to fulfilling relationships. Erectile dysfunction, though, can take a serious toll on all of that, stealing enjoyment, weakening intimacy, and placing stress on partners that can feel overwhelming. But ED doesn't have to continue impacting your relationship. Remember, men, it's not just about you. We all understand how important sex is in a relationship for you and for your partner. Erectile dysfunction can take that away, often creating serious strain on the relationship as well. That's why you should go see my people over at Heartland Men's Health. Heartland Men's Health treatments work when the pills or the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health is successfully treating men in the Kansas City area. So if ED is affecting you, it's time to get back to the sex, intimacy, and love and bring you closer together. Heartland Men's Health has 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas; Independence, Missouri, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit; and North Kansas City. Call them today at 844-447-6600 or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
Xfinity Tech Support, Matthew speaking.
Hi, I live in a pretty remote place, like Jurassic Park remote. No!
Wow.
Will Xfinity Mobile work out here?
Yep, the combination of reliable Wi-Fi and 5G makes it so that you can stay connected in all kinds of places. Plus, you get access to ultra-fast speeds and coverage, whether you're poolside or out live streaming with a T-Rex.
Hold still, you're about to go viral.
Welcome to a new era of Wi-Fi boosted mobile. Cut your mobile bill in half with 2 lines of unlimited. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Watch Jurassic Park with Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings comparison based on promotional rate for 2 lines of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited versus 2 lines of T-Mobile Experience More, Verizon Unlimited Plus, and AT&T Starter as of February 10th, 2026. Taxes, fees, extra.
It makes sense why Dusty's so horny.
Feeling the heat? Don't sweat it. Turn to Comfort Systems Heating and Cooling. With temperatures rising, now's the time to make sure your AC is ready to keep you cool. Whether it's your home or your business, Comfort Systems services both residential and commercial systems across the Kansas City area. Call today for a fast tune-up, repair, or a system upgrade so you can stay cool all summer long. Family owned and operated since 1990. Comforting people is what we do. Comfort Systems is right for you. MyComfortSystems.com.
It's March, and that means there's no better time to start betting with Circa Sports. It doesn't matter how you're planning on betting the mayhem. Picking individual games, futures to make it through the bracket, props on your favorite players, or more. Circa Sports has you covered. Circa Sports isn't just sports betting, it's sports betting the way it should be. High betting limits, player-friendly pricing, and exceptional customer service. Download the Circa Sports app or visit circasports.com today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Baseball is back. Opening night is one exclusive game, and it's live on Netflix. Tonight, the New York Yankees, led by 7-time All-Star Aaron Judge, are in the Bay Area to face Rafael Devers and the San Francisco Giants. A brand new way to watch Major League Baseball, and it all starts here. MLB opening night, Yankees vs. Giants, live on Netflix. Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific.
During Lowe's Pro Savings Days, save more on what goes into the job. Add power to your lineup with a free DeWalt 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery when you buy a select DeWalt 20-volt max tool. Plus, get up to 35% off select major appliances from Whirlpool, Maytag, and more. Get the job done right. Keep more in your pocket. That's Pro Savings Days. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 3/27. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Well, we finally made it. It's spring, and I have spring fever. I love getting outside and cooking on the flat top or the grill, and Hy-Vee has the best meat department in KC. They've got the freshest, top-quality cuts of corn-fed beef from the Midwest and the best prices in town. They also have bacon-wrapped chicken breast and stuffed pork chops, plus the fresh seafood we love at home. Make it a meal with a twice-baked potato. It's the best meat department in town. They've got the steaks, they've got the chicken, they've got the seafood, and you can get it only at Hy-Vee.
3, 2, 1. It's mid-March, and Kansas City is crazy about college hoops. Pick your bracket, call your friends, and count on Hy-Vee for all your game day snacks. Hy-Vee makes your watch party easy with a huge selection of ready-to-serve party trays, boneless wings, barbecue, sushi, pizza, and fresh bakery goods. Order ahead through the Hy-Vee app, online, or at your favorite store. Even if your bracket is a bust, your watch party will be a winner only at Hy-Vee.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Traffic for Diamondry Law, Northland, 29 southbound, very slow. We hit delays at Davidson. Stays pretty heavy down past Parvin. Give me one good reason why I should call DM Law. How about 3 great reasons? 1, it's easy. 2, it's fast. 3, the results. Mike's got this. 816-888-7500. Mike's got this. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Mac, I'm ashamed that you didn't come up with what the text line came up as the next hire for Bill Self. Said you guys are missing the obvious. It's right in front of your face. It's Jerome Tang.
Yes.
No, that'd be Bob would not be like pissed. Bob would be really pissed.
Hey, Sweet 16 appearance.
Hey, he's been
Again with somebody else's players.
He's been in the second weekend more recently than Bill Self.
Yes, that's true, yeah.
Boom, rusted. We'll keep you updated as much more information as we see, because my X feed, I don't know if it's just algorithm, but it just keeps seeing all these, like, I've been told as well that Bill Self is expected to announce his retirement today. We don't know anything. We're just telling you what we're seeing because you're driving or you're working and you don't have time to scroll on X, or you actually have a life and you don't have X. And we don't have a life. We do sports for you. So we're just telling you what we're reading, what we're seeing. We'll see. We will see as the news continues.
Nobody that I've talked to, though, that would have any kind of inkling that is saying, oh, he's staying. You know, like, more people that I've talked to this morning are like, kind of feels like he's going to go. Kind of feels like the family wants him to go. Kind of feels like it's time. Like, you're not getting anybody that's denying this, you know?
No, that's true. No one's saying, no, that's not what's happening.
Right.
Which is,
and I will say no. That's what's going to happen, because I don't want him to leave.
Exactly.
So it's hard to find. What were you going to say, Mac? I'm sorry.
No. I was just going to say it's what you've talked to us a lot about, when you're not getting those denial texts, or that no, that's not true text. A lot of the time that can mean okay, and there's legs on this.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing. There's nobody out there that's saying, oh no, this isn't happening. And North Carolina now is probably thinking, damn, we got to potentially compete with Kansas for a job.
Yeah, right.
And if you're looking and you're ranking the jobs, in my opinion, Kansas, and obviously I'm biased, but I think Kansas is a better job right now than North Carolina. They just fired their coach for going 24-9 and making the tournament. Kansas is replacing a gentleman who's potentially retiring after this season. So where do you want to go? To a program that fired one of their own who was 24-9, or a place that is a guy is leaving because he's retiring for his health reasons?
And also, wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't bring up the question is, what's more impressive, the fact that KU's had the 3 coaches they've had, I guess 4, or the fact that the Pittsburgh Steelers are just now going to be on their 4th coach?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I think probably the Steeler thing because it's the NFL.
Yeah.
You know, and they change coaches like we all change underwear, you know?
That's fair because, I mean, obviously I think Bill's accomplished more than Tomlin did.
No question. You got 2-1.
2-1 there. Plus, I think it's the hardest title to win.
It is
the NCAA tournament, which I think is why a lot of people will grade you on like Final Four appearances or postseason record, right? You might make 8 Sweet 16s. That means you made 8 second weekends, and getting past that first weekend wave. I've always said the NCAA tournament is a big powerhouse team is like the scene in Castaway when he finally tries to make it to land.
Right.
Where like the first couple of attempts, you got to get through the current. Then it's, wait for help, right?
And look, Bill struggled his beginnings here. I mean, I know the first year with Roy's guys, 03, they went to the Elite Eight, but then after that we had the Bucknell, Bradley. Alex is very familiar with those now that we explained that to him. Then he kind of just, took off from there, and it had just been success after success after success after success.
Speaking of Alex.
I'm loving it. Well, hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
That's actually Alex Gold. That's his voice, actually, from back in the day. But no, we asked the question on X, is what Alex Gold did with the High Point jersey to Drew Nixon fair or foul? And the results are in, and we have 61% still saying that it was fair to foul. Binkley says it's fair as well. It's interesting to have that sort of love for, but I think that is great because, like, even though as much as I would hate my friend Nick, what he would do to the KU fans, like, I remember one time he bought a Fruit of the Loom white T-shirt and wrote "you and I" on it before the game.
That was another loss, yeah.
Total troll move, but it worked. And then Norfolk State happened to his Missouri Tigers.
Yeah, so that same day, yeah.
He was like this. He came up. I remember he came up to a bunch of KU guys. He's like, I don't want to hear it. We're like, no, dude. You're going to sit right there, and you're going to effing hear it, dude.
Yeah.
You were a 3 seed, and you lost to 14 Norfolk State.
Yep.
In
Omaha.
So for the people that, complain about it from it only happens to, KU fans, no, man, you're going to get your opportunity when you get it because just like KU fans, if Mizzou loses, you're going to get it. And that's just the way it goes. Because 08 and what was it, 07, 08 in football when they were like neck and neck.
Yeah.
That's the best it's ever been when it comes to KU Mizzou.
Right.
In my opinion, it was never better. It's never going to be better.
No, we'll never have that again.
That Todd Reesing and Chase Daniel game where I think there's 2 of my friends that are diehard Mizzou fans have a gigantic poster the size of that whiteboard behind you of Todd Reesing with the grass in his helmet getting sacked by Mizzou. And then I've got KU friends that have the Kerry Meyer catch in the end zone in the snow.
Yeah.
And it just...
We'll never be there again.
And the reason why that is because you have hate in sports.
Yeah.
And you have love for your friends. Because at the end of the day, after you get mad at each other and call each other things you've had bodied inside you for years and it comes out in the sports rivalry, you still text the guy the next day like, what did you have for dinner last night?
Yeah.
Are we friends again?
Yeah.
Of course. It was 24 hours. It's over.
Big deal.
It's great.
But no, I think
We all had the good, the bad, the ugly shirt.
I know the good, the bad, the ugly ones were great. And that's
Pissing
where
on a tiger and it's Hobbs or it's a Jayhawk or whatever it is. Or
right.
People have the tiger tail. People have the KU Jayhawk dragging from behind them the truck car in Jackson County.
I know.
It's great.
I
love it.
It is. It's fun.
So I want the Raiders to be good.
Yeah, exactly. And Vip was just in the LA or the Vegas airport, sends me a picture every time he flies out of the Vegas airport of the Raiders team store, and it's always closed because the Lego store was wide open. The Raiders team store is all boarded up. Every time he flies out of that airport, I get a picture of the Raiders team store being closed. And again, it was today because it's kind of like their life. It's been closed for the last 25 years. But just think about it. The last time the Raiders were relevant is when Bill Self was hired at the University of Kansas.
This is brutal from the 913. As a Steeler and KU fan, this has been a terrible year. Losing 2 legends.
Oh, yeah. From that, I was saying,
Tomlin and Self.
I mean, this Self one's hard, guys. It really is. This is going to be a hard one to swallow and figure out what you're going to do moving forward because
he has not left yet.
No.
There's just
a ton of rumors spilling that today could be the day.
Yeah, a lot of people are, and again, a lot of people are trying to jump to the conclusion and do all this kind of stuff. But what is today? Today is Wednesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Today would be the day to do it. That way you don't interfere with the weekend of the Final Four and all that kind of stuff.
And North Carolina just did it.
Yeah, and North Carolina just did it as well.
Somebody says, just wait, you guys are going to see Bill Self do the scene from Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not effing leaving.
That would be great. If he pulls, you know what he should do would be hysterical if he just, they call a press conference saying he pulls a Roy Williams, he goes, I'm staying. People would lose their minds if he did something like that. But look, if the health isn't where it needs to be, then you got to go. You can't continue to put your life on the line at 62 or 63 years old when you got the grandkids now and everything ahead of you. Like 63 isn't that old anymore. He can walk away from coaching college basketball and do whatever the hell he wants. Whatever he wants. I mean, he could go be on TV. He could do nothing. There was always the NBA stuff, but if it's a health issue, then he's not going to go do anything like that. He could just go live life. And I think he's earned it. He has absolutely 1,000,000% earned the opportunity to go do whatever he wants. And I'm sure there will be pissed off fans, after he retires. And if you're pissed off that Bill Self ultimately retires and walks away maybe in the next day or two, then you're a selfish ass. Because this is about him and what he needs to do for himself, not for anybody else. And if it's come to that point where I just can't physically do it anymore, I got to walk away and I've got to preserve my life.
Somebody says soon to be 64, and also the fact that he did lose his father a couple years ago. He probably is done with it.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. His dad passed away and all that kind of stuff. Like, let me ask you this: what else does he have to accomplish?
Nothing. Not a thing.
You've walked away from jobs. Mac, have you walked away from jobs? I've walked away from jobs. Have you walked away from those jobs thinking, I've accomplished everything I possibly can here? Or do you still look back and go, man, I wish I could have accomplished more?
No. Once I got my Constantino's badge of being there for a year, nothing else I could do.
Nothing else you could do. You hit the high note.
Everybody saw my badge, said, oh, he's got one of those medals. He's been here for a year. Too long.
Yeah, right. But you want to leave the place better. You want to accomplish everything. Like there's literally nothing else Bill Self could do. Anything else that he would do going forward is just padding a resume for a guy that's already in the Hall of Fame.
There's a lot of things the Royals could do this year. We'll discuss next about the standard that is the Royals season in 2026 here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Hey, it's Matt Quatrero, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends, over at Aspen Lawn and Pest Control are ready to take over your yard just like they did for us, because our yard was a mess a year ago. And Aspen Lawn and Pest Control came out and turned it into a beautiful lawn that is now the best on the block. We are so proud and so happy with what Aspen Lawn and Pest Control was able to do for our yard. And I thought, man, if they can do this for us, they can do it for anybody. And that's why I love telling you guys about Aspen Lawn and Pest Control, because they're going to make your yard pop and look great. They have college-educated professionals. They know all about the grass, the soil, the weather here in Kansas City. They study all of that, so they know what it takes to make that perfect lawn. And they offer full lawn service, lawn care, irrigation, and pest control, and they've been dominating Kansas City since 1985. So if you're thinking about doing something different with your lawn, think less and get in touch with Aspen Lawn right now. They're going to give you a free estimate and up to half off your first application when you mention this ad. So visit them today at aspenlawn.com. That's aspenlawn.com.
You're always better with a roof from JR.
Here they come. A baseball-sized hailstorm means every roofer for 500 miles is on his way here to ring your doorbell. Before that happens, go online to jrstormcheck.com and relax. JR & Company is locally owned, veteran-owned, and family-owned. JR & Company offers a lifetime warranty on workmanship. But best of all, JR & Company offers a free Class 4 shingle upgrade. What does that mean? Most insurance companies offer premium discounts on Class 4 shingles. Remember, no roofer can legally offer to pay your deductible, but a free shingle upgrade can reduce premiums for years to come. Why do we do this? Because we can. A lifetime workmanship warranty and free shingle upgrade. It's why we say,
you're always better with a roof from JR.
Just visit jrstormcheck.com.
Round the house, Shop every team in town, college and pro. Come on, it's time to go.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
Kansas, Missouri, Kansas State, Chiefs and Royals make KC great. Rally House, Rally House. It's your city, it's your house, it's the Rally House.
Level up your fandom in-store or online at rallyhouse.com.
Wouldn't you like to take a vacation from your bills? Well, you can. The new year is here. Home values are up, and you have more home equity than ever. Now is the time to put that home equity to work for you. This is James Hawkins, president of Golden Oak Lending. Credit card balances are at an all-time high. Why pay 25 to 30% interest to them when you could be saving thousands of dollars after a simple phone call? Golden Oak's mortgage rate is 4.5%. We have no fee to apply and no out-of-pocket costs. And if you call today, you could make no payments for 2 months. But don't wait. This rate won't last forever. Imagine how good it will feel to have those bills paid off. At Golden Oak Lending, we can make that happen in as little as 14 days. And if for any reason your loan doesn't close, we will pay for your appraisal. Call today and take advantage of our 4.5% fixed rate. Call 913-890-GOLD.
Golden Oak Landing, cured my blues.
5.442 APR, FHA 15-year, 20% equity, qualified credit, additional terms apply. NMLS 114937.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I opened a restaurant and needed everything. Menus, signage, catering brochures.
Everything and then some.
I went to Staples. They printed it all and even suggested takeout menus.
One money pit with a side of fries.
But now at Staples, you get up to $125 off custom print orders.
$125 off. Now you're cooking. Brand your business in a big way at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in store, online, or in the app by 4/18 to unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Northland 29 southbound, heavy from Davidson down past Parman with police activity. 169 highway southbound, heavy at 9 highway, then sluggish to the airport exit. East side 70 westbound, heavy from Manchester traffic way in past 31st Street with construction. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Play ball! Cody and Gold will be live outside Gate D starting at 10 for the Royals home opener on Monday, March 30th, right here on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City in Odyssey Sports Station.
One, two, 3, and 4 have been given away for the Royal subscriptions. We got one more coming at 9:15 during the commercial break. You got a chance for one more time today and then tomorrow. 5 more opportunities for the Royal subscription for a year for free. Caller number 5, talk to Mac, and he'll hook you up with all that when we get into the commercial break. You just have to hear the sounder of Vern saying that he's turning into Binkley. This comes from Evan Cedry of X. He's an NFL and NBA reporter. Turning on notifications is highly recommended, is in his bio.
Okay.
He says Bulls head coach Billy Donovan is expected to be aggressively pursued by North Carolina to become their next head coach. Donovan, who's coached in the NBA since 2015. My God.
God, it's been that long?
Yeah, dude. Back-to-back titles at Florida, and then obviously went to Oklahoma City to be their head coach. That could be, if Bill Self does sit down today as the head coach of the Kansas men's basketball team, could be a good thing for Kansas if Billy Donovan's out, because then everybody else is available for you. After North Carolina was like pursuing one guy, then it's all of a sudden like, because it's tough, man. I don't know if you can get Dusty May away from Michigan. I don't know if you can get Tommy Lloyd away from Arizona. I don't think you can get Hoiberg.
You absolutely can get Hoiberg.
So again, Alex brought this up because they're in the bullpen. I was talking to him and I was like, Bob and Mac are really hell bent on Hoiberg. And he goes, well, he's known to have a bad ticker as well.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I have you know, he did step away from the college game for a little bit for that, I do believe, back in the day. But I mean,
He also said bad ticker, so that goes back to the age of Alex Cole.
Yeah, that
Even Gold goes, you're old school when you say you got a bad ticker.
Yeah.
That was Cody, not even me. Because I knew what he meant right when he said it. I'm like, yeah, heart problem. I get it. And then it's just like right after that, it's just
fun week of watching basketball nonstop and, having a few drinks.
I also feel like, though, too, with Fred Hoiberg, and this could be, I don't know, blurred memory. Like, I've always felt like he's had this affinity for the KU job. And who hasn't, right? I mean, it's KU. Those jobs don't open ever, and now we got North Carolina and Kansas potentially open in the same offseason. I mean, that is, I don't know what that says. I want to say something like, prophetic, whatever that word is that I'm looking for, but like, what does that say about college basketball? Both Kansas and North Carolina are opened at the same time. The last time that happened, Roy went to North Carolina, the Kansas game, Bill Self went there. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know if that says anything about the state of college basketball. I don't know if that means anything right now, or if it just means, I've done everything I can, man. 23 years, a long run.
Apparently they asked this guy if he'd be interested in coaching the KU Jayhawks.
No.
Can you do that?
I thought that briefly, but no.
No.
Yeah. I mean, you could, absolutely you could.
What, leave?
Like, go get Turgeon from UMKC and be like, hey, we didn't know Bill was going to be out. You think about coming to Kansas instead?
Yeah, Turgeon was a name years ago for KU. Yeah. But he's in that 60 age range, too.
Right.
Not that that matters.
He's
but
not, he's not near the prowess that you need right now.
No.
He's been out of basketball for 5 years. This is great for UMKC. Great hire.
Right.
Yeah.
Great hire for UMKC.
And if whoever they hire at KU does fail, no, but he'd be like 70 at that point.
Yeah.
Failure is not an option for me, fellas, this year in the Royals organization. I'm past expectations and I'm past excuses. I don't need to say, I expect them to do this. I guess I am saying that I expect them to do this, but I say that the standard that Vern has given them this year, which is what he said his season narrative is the standard. They have an opportunity to do a lot of things this year with the roster they have. The fences were moved in. We know that. They have 40 to 50 more opportunities to see home runs at Kauffman Stadium. Not all of those will be hit by Kansas City Royals, but you would think that since you play home, you have the opportunity to be in the majority of that. You've got some right-handed power. You got some left-handed power.
Hang on. Bill Self News. Hang on. Sorry to interrupt. From Matt Norlander. There are some loose rumors out there in college basketball circles this morning that Bill Self could announce his retirement today, but a source close to Self tells CBS Sports that's, quote, bad information and not on the table as of now.
Okay. So, again, we'll keep giving you updates as we get updates from Bill Self. But back to the Royals and the fences moving in. Make a standard for your team. Don't make excuses. Don't make expectations. Make a standard. The fences are in to give you an advantage on offense. You have the greatest superstar at that position at shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr. We always know if you have a shortstop and he's that good, you should be good. Lean into that. The projections for Bobby Witt Jr. over the next few years, because he is entering his prime as a Major League Baseball player. You have the prospect in Cags. Time's up to say, let's see what he can do here. No, let's see those numbers. Let's see that raw power. Let's see what we saw in the World Baseball Classic. And we know that Vinny Pasquantino is the mouthpiece of this team.
You and I both today can't figure out.
But he's also the mouthpiece of the MLB, and it's up to the MLB to lean into that. We saw the Team Italy thing with the espresso machine. We saw he ripped his pants in a slide, refused to get a new pair of pants, came out in the next game and wore the tarnished pants that he wore the game before. He's a ball player. He's that guy. They need to lean into that. Boy, that weather looks great for tonight's game on Netflix.
Oh.
And pouring in San
Well,
Francisco.
it always rains there, though.
It'll be sunny and everything by the time the game starts. But when you look at what they are, the standard they need to be is they need to be the standard of the American League Central. They need to be the standard or a standard of the American League. And with Michael Garcia and Bobby Witt Jr. and Vinny Pasquantino, Salvador Perez, Jack Caglione, and now you have this rookie phenom that we think could be a possibility for Rookie of the Year in Carter Jensen. You've taken a lineup that was 4 to maybe 6, possibly 7. If you think about it in that way, it is a standard. It's not expectations. It's not excuses. It's standard.
Yeah, but it's funny with the 6-7. We were on the flight the other day. They said your baggage claim is either baggage claim 6 or 7, and the whole plane lost their minds. I mean, it's still going on. I'm going to ask you to do something that you don't want to do. Okay, I'm asking everybody to do something that you don't want to do. Be a Yankee fan and be a Dodger fan in this moment, and expect the best out of your ball club. Every year, Yankee fans and Dodger fans expect a World Series, right? That is what they do. They expect the World Series. I'm asking Royals fans to take on the identity of the Yankee fan and the Dodger fan right now and have those high expectations for your ball club, because I do believe this team is going to the playoffs. It's just a matter of how far they will advance once they get in to the postseason. And as far as I'm concerned, anything short of making the postseason this year is a catastrophic failure, and we will be having conversations at the end of the year of who needs to go as to why this didn't work out and why this team did not make it in to the postseason. So that's what I'm asking. Have those expectations. Embrace this ball club right now. The left side of the infield, guys, is as good as I've ever seen in Major League Baseball. Ever. And I've been watching this game for a very long time. You've got Michael Garcia and Bobby Witt at third base and shortstop, two of the biggest stars in the game. I think Garcia makes himself a case to be one of the biggest stars in baseball this year. He's got that opportunity. There's no more excuses for him. He can go out there and play big this year. And then you've got, arguably, as you mentioned, the mouthpiece of Major League Baseball at first base. Vinny Pasquantino is going to be an all-star this year, and he's going to be a guy that is going to get a lot of votes and a lot of praise because of the off-the-field stuff. People are already in love with Vinny Pasquantino. So 3/4 of your infield right now are all-stars and guys that should be challenging for the all-pro version of what the NFL offers. Garcia and Bobby Witt also. And then, by the way, there's a Hall of Famer squatting behind home plate that still plays like he's 25 years old. And you've got a pitching staff that has two gentlemen that could be in the Cy Young conversation in Cole Reagans and Noah Cameron. So this is a ball club where if you're not stoked about this ball club, you got past Royals blinders on. Yep. This needs to be a team that you buy into and say, it's going to the playoffs. Set those expectations.
We got breaking news, Bill Self news. This comes from John Rothstein 24 minutes ago. Sources, Bill Self will be announcing his retirement later today. Self will be stepping away from the Jayhawks after 23 seasons. Wow. UNC and Kansas are now open. We sleep in effing May. Whoa. So that's Rothstein, man. That guy's a name. So that guy's that's not AI. No, that's John Rothstein, dude, saying it's over.
Norlander says no. Rothstein says yes.
I've gone cross-eyed.
I don't know what to believe anymore.
Who throws the shoe, honestly?
Got to film a new Max minute.
Dang it. We'll see you in 20 minutes, Mac. But before you go, you've got one more person to give a $100 subscription for free.
Oh, yeah.
To the listeners. Caller number 5, 913-586-7965. Your last chance today. Don't forget, 5 more chances tomorrow when you hear Vern's voice in the break here on 96.5 The Fan. You're home for the Kansas City Royals.
Hey, it's Bobby Witt Jr., and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, March is here, and that is a big time of year for everybody. We got a lot going on, and we've also got those fast breaks and buzzer beaters and block parties. They're back, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all of that action. And right now, you can make entries and win money in Missouri. And playing on Underdog is easy. Just choose whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like points and rebounds, steals, and more. Get your entries right, and you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. And I love the Underdog app, because you can take entries from multiple sports, combine them into one selection, and see how you do. That's how I like playing on the Underdog app. Some baseball here, some basketball there, some football here. It all works on the Underdog app. So download it today and use promo code BOB to score $50 in bonus entries when you play your first $5 with promo code BOB. Underdog, make plays, win money. Must be 18 and over, present Missouri. Terms apply. See assets at underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms. _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Hey, it's Rex here with Rex Buys KC. I get it. Selling your house can sometimes feel overwhelming or scary, right? I've seen it too many times. A homeowner thought they had a deal, only to have the buyer back out at the last minute. That's not how we do business at Rex Buys KC. I'm local, I know Kansas City, and I make sure every deal actually closes like it's supposed to. No hidden fees, no showings, no last-minute surprises, just a fair cash offer and a process you can count on. We buy homes in any condition and judgment-free. So whether your house needs repairs or you just want a fast, hassle-free sale, we can make it happen. If you want certainty, transparency, and someone local who actually delivers, Call 816-330-6000 or visit rexbuyskc.com. Rex Buys KC, helping people make smart choices one home at a time. 816-330-6000 or rexbuyskc.com.
I'm turning into you, Binkley.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
We get it. Attention spans just aren't what they used to be. Heads in social media and eyes on Netflix. But what do people do with their ears? Well, for one, they're listening to audio. Americans spend 4.4 hours with audio every day. Oh, and you want the proof? Well, you just sat through this ad that's now approaching 30 seconds. What could you say to a potential customer in 30 seconds? Let Odyssey put together a media plan tailor-made for your unique marketing needs. Advertise with Odyssey. Visit ads.odyssey.com.
Low testosterone can be a real problem for many men. It causes poor sleep patterns, decreased energy, low sex drive, and it makes it really hard to stay in shape. And as we all know, a healthy body is very important to our overall health and well-being. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if some or all of these symptoms sound like you, we can likely help you be done with low T. We can also help you lose weight, support your metabolism, improve your gains in the gym, and more with our new targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more. Our low T protocols, applied in conjunction with our body composition plans, will help most men see real improvements, true weight loss, higher energy, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and a renewed sex drive as well. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the same day, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Today, expect sunny skies with a high of 87.
Weather brought to you by Duke's Mayo. Welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where the mayo is so smooth and creamy, it makes every bite better. Duke's Mayo. Look for the yellow lid.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Again, we'll keep you updated with the updates surrounding the Bill Self saga of if or will he put it up.
We got one CBS guy saying yes, one CBS guy saying no.
Right? Right? Nobody knows. That's the way it goes until it happens at 10:01 a.m. Eastern time.
It'll be good for us because that's already passed, so we would have that information.
Yeah. So to the people on Twitter saying that I've gotten got by the is it Ron Rothstein? I did get
You get got. You got.
No, this is John Rothstein. Oh, parody. Yep,
you got got.
I gotta leave it. I gotta.
All right, yeah, you got. We've all been there. I got. We've been got.
We've all
gotten got.
It. We've all had it.
Thank God.
Well, yeah, honestly, hey, false alarm.
I love that you got. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't want you to go, Bill.
Ron Rothstein. Dang it.
That's like Ron Maloney's cousin,
Yeah,
right?
exactly right.
Oh man.
What time are you getting to Maloney's on Friday? Tomorrow?
Who knows if I'm even gonna be there now? I might have been told the wrong date and believed it.
Yeah.
You hate to see it. You hate to
It
see
happens.
to everyone.
Yeah. We've all gotten by the
Many times.
Adam Schefter, the fake one.
Scheffler,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've gotten got by that.
You just read off a Perry Twitter account. Come on and do the 2 seconds of DD.
The DD.
Due
Yeah,
diligence.
that's a parody
Designated
account.
driver?
Dusty, fake Rothstein. Dusty got got by a fake account. Oh no,
Okay.
Dusty.
Oh,
I don't think
no.
it's official. Rothstein tweeted that. Dusty, you're terrible at what you do.
Okay.
Dusty,
No,
that's a
come
parody
on.
account.
We're all
Dusty,
busy
you
here.
suck.
No, enough.
Some of those are
Enough.
not
Come on,
real.
stop. Oh, they're not real? Oh.
Some of
You
those
got
are-
got.
Those are real.
Dusty, you just made the list.
Which one?
A
The
lot
got
of them.
list?
Oh yeah.
NBA Central Central. Yeah, one of those are the other ones.
Yeah, that's another one.
That's another
the,
good one.
The one that ESPN used to get got by all the time was like, what was it, like Fuzzy Ball Sports or something like that? And they were quoting it.
Barry something.
No, it wasn't that one. It was like, come on, Kling, if you're listening, you remember that one. It was like somebody's, fuzzy balls or something like that, sports. I forget what it was. And like ESPN would put it up on the screen and they would like cite that thing. It was like, oh, God.
Yep. Feel free to weigh in. I made the mistake. I've got to own it. But one thing I do know that is true is baseball's back tonight. Opening night is on Netflix. It's Judge and the Yankees versus Devers and the Giants, and it's tonight on Netflix at 7 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time. Damn, Dusty, LOL, Farmer Mike. Yep, lean into it. I'll take that. We give Alex Gold a bunch of crap. You can give me it.
That's
I
right.
well deserved. So somebody says ball sack sports.
That's what it was, Ball Sack Sports. And ESPN would quote that, Ball Sack Sports, and they would put it up on the screen. And I remember Stephen A. Smith going, Ball Sack Sports? You're quoting Ball Sack Sports?
Mm-hmm. Well, apparently I'm quoting Roth Johnstein.
It's good.
That's great.
It happens. So what?
It's fun.
Yeah.
Very fun. Very embarrassing. I will say that.
It's
but very
not, though.
fun.
It's not, because it's happened to everybody. Don't be embarrassed by that. God.
People take a lot of what we have to say. Dusty getting got is so on brand. Okay. I don't know what the brand is. But one thing that is on brand is that Jeremiah Love's name is still connected to the Chiefs. And if he's there at 9, fellas, would you take Jeremiah Love?
I don't think so. No.
I thought Matt persuaded you.
Yeah,
earlier
maybe.
today.
No, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, nah, we need, what is that suit that Hosmer's wearing on MLB Network this morning? Oh, my.
I'm okay with it.
Oh, boy, Eric, only you could pull that one off. Holy cow, he looks good. I think you need balance on your offense right now. And the more that I think about it, the more I think the running back, you've already got Ken Walker as your running back. You need to find a way to improve that wide receiver group and find a way to give Patrick Mahomes more weapons, I think, in the passing game right now. Because I feel like if we did draft Jeremiah Love at number 9, we're having the 180 conversation in October that we were having this year. Why aren't we running the ball? And if we have both of those guys, I feel like, why aren't we throwing the ball, will be a very big topic. And I feel like we could potentially get into a situation where we become so run heavy that they forget about the pass option. And then all of a sudden we really haven't improved. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've got to find ways to strengthen all the position groupings in your offensive arsenal. And they've already done that, I feel like, with the running back position. It's time to do that now with the wide receiver position, unless they're just putting all the faith in the world in Chatty O'Shea to go out there and kind of, coach these guys up. I think he can coach Worthy up. I don't know what the Rice situation is, guys. I don't know. I have no idea.
That's not a football
Yeah,
problem.
right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I don't know how to rely on him this year.
Yeah.
But even still, let's just say Rice is there and he coaches up Worthy. You still don't have enough guys at wide receiver. And I think it's important now to continue to draft the wide receivers, because we are seeing the salaries go out of control, as we talked about, 2 days ago or last week, whenever the hell we talked about it. But you draft the wide receivers now because the market is so out of whack when it comes to paying these guys. You've got to find a way to draft and develop and keep young wide receivers on those rookie contracts in your organization, because that position grouping is getting way too unaffordable for a lot of people out there right now.
Yeah, I would say this would not be my first, second, or probably third choice, but I would find some solace in this. I would find some positivity here, because I think the best run game in football, potentially the two of the best, the best running back duo in football, because it would be expected to be that if they got Jeremiah Love with Ken Walker, with what I still believe to be a top 10 top 10 offensive line, and an offensive line that we've all talked about that really trends towards the run game. Trey
Yeah.
Smith is a guy who loves getting to that second level. He's physical. Creed Humphrey can do anything, and we know what those guys on the left side can do, and we hope Jalen Moore can be a part of that run game as well on the right side. So I think with the run game, if you've got one of the best or the best, the passing game will come along. Everyone's selling out to that. I'd rather have everyone in the defense sell out to the run rather than sell out to the pass and have Mahomes have to make magic no matter what, because the reason the offense didn't work, there weren't a lot of good players on the offense.
Right.
Rashee Rice, their best one, wasn't there, and when he was there, it was kind of already over, and there wasn't anything else. But if you've got two great players or potentially really good players at running back, Mahomes, who's the best player, can figure out the passing game. And I'm not saying give him Kadarius Toney and MVS. You need to draft a good wide receiver maybe in that second pick in the first round or that first pick in the second round or maybe get someone else in free agency. That's a position that needs to have more resources allocated to it, no question. But I don't think it's the same as, oh, well, we're screwed now. No, people are going to sell out to that run, and Mahomes is going to have open man coverage, 8-man boxes. I think that could be fun.
Let me ask you this question, though. Like, if Jeremiah Love is still there at number 9, are you wondering why is he still there at number 9? Or are you taking the approach of, well, it's a running back. You should never draft a running back that high. So how are you looking at that if Jeremiah Love is there at 9? What is your mind telling you about him being there at 9? Because I'm confused. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how I would think and feel if, like, I've got a friend of mine that's a huge Notre Dame fan, and every day I have to hear about Jeremiah Love, right? Every day. Love, right? Love. But I'm going to be wondering, like, why is he there at number 9? Or is it, well, he's a running back, he should be there at number 9? You get what I'm saying?
No, totally.
Yeah.
I get that, and I think that's fair thinking. You look at the draft, I mean, to me, there's two teams that really, before the Chiefs, that would take Love, and that's the Titans at 4, who we've heard maybe are kind of wavering off that. And I think the Commanders at 7, because we know the Saints probably won't do that with what they've done at the running back position. The other teams don't need that
What
position.
about the Giants at 5? I saw something on ESPN this morning that said, what about Love to the Giants at 5?
I guess I keep seeing that too. That's been a thing all season. The Giants getting a running back. I just don't get it, considering they've got Cam's great and they've got.
But he's also coming off that catastrophic injury.
Who was the guy who was the running back there this year? Who was in his second season? Tyrone starts with a T. Tracy, Tyrone Tracy.
Tyrone Tracy, yeah.
Yes, if he's still there too, I don't know. I kind of like Tyrone Tracy. I don't know. That would be a lot for a Giants team that I think needs a lot more of a rebuild than just getting another running back.
And also, remember, these guys that are in there now are not the guys who drafted Cam Scatterbo or any of these guys. And so
That's a good point.
They're looking for ways to upgrade, their roster. Who did John Harbaugh forget to use in the playoff game against the Chiefs that would have given them the AFC Championship? Derrick Henry, right? And what's Jeremiah Love, kind of like a Derrick Henry type of running back. So
yeah, I like that. That's fair.
He's had that type of running back down, in Baltimore for the last couple of years. And so maybe he sees Jeremiah Love as a guy who can kind of replicate that. And then now he's got Nagy who can say, okay, we can use him more than we did with that guy fell asleep during the game against the Chiefs, and we'll use our running back now. So maybe he goes to the Giants at number 5. I think if he's there at 9, I'm going to have more questions than answers. And maybe if Jeremiah Love is there at 9, maybe I'm saying I'm bouncing down, man. I'm going to trade out of this pick and see if I can accumulate more draft picks because the guy we want maybe is not there. And if the guy you really want isn't there at number 9, don't make the pick at number 9.
You don't have to pick.
No.
Trade down.
I just got a text from Fret Beach that says the possibility of getting Love could be good.
Good.
That's good.
Take the week off, Dusty. That's good. Yeah, Randy Ead. I don't know how you say his last name. Yeah. Jerry Reed, Andy Reid, Nixon 6. No, I'm not about it. I'm with the Binkley and the Bob theory here. Go draft talented receivers and try to develop them because I do not want to pay $130 million for somebody to come to this team and try to make a difference.
Mekhi Lemon, Carnell Tate, Jordan Tyson are there.
And
Who are you thinking?
Well, because Lemon scared everybody with his introduction, with like the whole like snake eyes and all that sort of stuff.
Weird.
So who knows if that was like all for show or whatever it was. Maybe not the time to do it at that situation. But again, I don't know. I mean, Concepcion, if you can get him, I think that's a guy.
Concepcion is awesome.
That guy seems like a fit here. Binkley seemed to like that name.
I like that guy because we call him KC Concepcion. His name's Kevin Concepcion. So we're calling him Kevin Concepcion
for the reception.
Yes. I think that's funny.
Yeah. So
who is your dream at number 9? Is Caleb Downs still a consideration?
That would be a dream. That'd be one of them. And I still think Ruben Bain.
Ruben Bain. Like, those are my 2 right now.
I'm with you.
I just want edge receiver, edge corner. No,
that sounds
edge receiver, edge. Go edge or receiver, then the other one go the other one, and then go corner.
Yes. That sounds
I'm
good
good with
to
that.
me.
If they go defense, like Binkley wants, 5 of the 7 picks or something he said to be
Because-
defense?
We need one wide receiver in those first 3 picks, but yes.
Because think about the 2022 draft that's no longer here. Everything you hit on and what you made. This draft, you're potentially drafting 2 of the highest paid positions in football for the next foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Like defensive end and wide receiver. Those are things you don't want to pay for. You didn't pay for it in this offseason. You draft those and can develop those, then you have that on a very cheap contract for 4 years, and
Right.
they're both there.
And they're both there. So that's why I do. I think it's important to go wide receiver, guys. I think they still need more talent there. They really haven't done anything, obviously, in the free agent market when it comes to that wide receiver position. And sometimes the answers are right there and they're obvious to our faces, right? They already went out and got that running back. So maybe they don't need to draft a running back, but they didn't go out there and really address the edge, and they really haven't gone out there and addressed the wide receiver yet. And so when I see things like that, I start to think about what they didn't do and now how they can approach the draft from that standpoint.
No doubt. We're now joined by Dylan Davis, who is a real account. Dylan, I've got this morning, buddy. It's been bad. I got Roth Johnstein saying Bill Self's going to retire today. So we're going to go to an actual source of somebody that actually has ties to Kansas, an alum of Kansas, and a contributor/editor for Kansas on SI. What are you feeling about Bill Self?
Thanks for having me, guys. I think, the read that I was getting from the last couple of days based on what, the Mike Brennans of the world were saying and other KU insiders, it really felt like he's going to announce the retirement. I don't think that decision's been made. I think to Matt Norlander's point, I think the decision is still TBD, but that was kind of what I was hearing is where he was leaning, but still nothing concrete yet.
Yeah, I got a text from somebody who says, I don't know anything, but boy, it feels real.
Yeah, and I think that's the case. And I think, Bob, you alluded to it earlier. I think it really is health-driven. I think Bill Self, the competitor, really wants to come back another year. I think his plan this entire time, if I had to guess, was one more year and then either hand it over to Jacques or let them find a successor. That's just the vibe I get based on what Bill Self has said. Kind of talking about how he works in that 2-year window now. And based on what I know about his health incident last summer in Lawrence, I think he asked the physician, can I keep doing this? Am I good to do this? And he said, do you love what you do? And, you feel good doing it, then do it. And so I think that was his plan all along, but the health situation has just become, more serious where I think he's really considering stepping away.
Yeah, and then, Dylan, you see what happened with his old man passing away. You start to put life in perspective, and you look around and go, I got nothing else to prove here at the University of Kansas or in college basketball in general, man. I can walk away right now and feel awesome about what I did and have no regrets.
Yeah, he absolutely does. I mean, he's without a doubt the greatest coach in Kansas basketball history, which is saying a lot considering the predecessors who came before him. I mean, James Naismith invented the game. Bog Allen considered the father of basketball coaching, and then you have the Larry Browns and Roy Williams of the world who also coached before you, and he topped them all. And he's got 2 national titles. He's got the most wins in KU history. He absolutely has nothing left to prove, and I think he knows that. I think, again, the competitor in him wants to go out on a good note, and I don't think he wants to go out with a second-round loss. I think he did want a 3rd national championship and put him in elite company in the country. I mean, he's already there with 2, and man, that's rare. But I think he really did want another one and another chance at it. But health's the most important thing, and we know he's a good family man, and he's got grandkids now, and that could be what matters most to him.
Talking to Dylan Davis, a contributor and editor for Kansas on SI. Dylan, if not Bill next year, who's your number 1 target?
For me, I think for a little while now, it's been Tommy Lloyd of Arizona. Not just with his coaching pedigree, but also the way he handles himself. You listen to him talk in press conferences, and he's just a really likable guy, really professional. He's always been courteous of Kansas, especially lately when KU and Arizona played. I get really good vibes from him, and he's obviously shown the ability to recruit. I mean, Arizona's got a great team. They're my national title pick. So he would be top of my list for sure. I think you also have to look at Dusty May from Michigan and the job he's done. I think Jacques deserves a look. I think he's going to get a look, whether KU fans think that he should be the guy or not. I think Jacques is going to get a look. But I think Tommy Lloyd will be top of my wish list personally.
I like Hoiberg. He's on top of my wish list right now.
Hey, however, wouldn't be a bad choice either. And we know, I mean, he took Nebraska to the Sweet 16. I mean, what he's done there is remarkable, and he did a great job at Iowa State before hopping to the NBA. So, I don't think I'd be mad at that at all. I think, KU being KU, luckily they have the luxury of, having their options of just about anyone in the country. I mean, you can count on probably one hand the number of current college basketball coaches who are going to be unavailable for them. So their options are vast, and I know Travis Goff is going to do his due diligence if and when Bill Self does retire and step down. So, we're gonna have our pick, but there's going to be a lot of good options for KU.
Dylan, I want to bring this up because I talked about it earlier. How much of the smoke that has gotten thicker with Bill Self today comes in lieu of the Hubert Davis firing at North Carolina last night?
Yeah, I think that definitely, maybe bumps up the timeline a little bit. Like maybe Friday was when he and KU planned to announce something one way or another, but now with the North Carolina news, they may have to go a little sooner than that. I still think this was on his mind. I mean, the fact that he brought it up in the post-game press conference on Sunday that he was going to talk to family and, talk about his decision whether or not to come back. I mean, that says that was something that was in the list even prior to that game ending, even prior to what happened with North Carolina. So I think this is something he's been thinking about for a while, but the North Carolina news does put KU in a little tougher situation because now you have, a big competitor for some of these top names out there. And so I think it does push it up just a little bit.
No doubt about it, Dylan. We appreciate the time, man.
Thanks,
Keep
Dylan.
doing some great work over there at SI for Kansas as the contributor editor there for the team itself. And then whenever they make a hire, you'll be right back on the show if you're okay with that.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Love listening to you.
Appreciate you, Dylan. Thanks, buddy.
Some good insight from a real person. And you can't make that guy's name up because it's Dylan Davis.
Dylan Davis.
So it's Dylan Davis either
Yes.
way.
Yeah,
So-
if you flip the numbers around, the letters around, it's still Dylan Davis.
Boy,
Yeah.
it sounded like a guy who's an alum and a contributor and editor for SI for Kansas. Sounds like it's all but done.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the way that everybody's kind of feeling. I mean,
Even
there's a lot
Roth
of smoke,
Johnston.
a lot of smoke, no fire, obviously yet. But I keep going back to that Matt Norlander tweet, right? And I keep seeing from him, like, that's a guy that's in tune with college basketball. And he used the term false information. So who knows, Now, could the false information be, well, he was going to announce it Thursday, not Wednesday, and that be false? Absolutely. We've all been down that road before. So
Sounds like bacon.
Well, the breakfast is being served
no.
here. Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
He's your kid.
Smells
My God.
good.
I don't know, it just took over my nostrils.
Yeah. I mean,
It's actually fake bacon. It's not real bacon.
yeah, turkey bacon. Yeah.
It's like Band-Aids.
Yeah. Ugh, turkey bacon. Like, why would you eat that?
Did we have this conversation last week?
Yeah.
If you air fry it and you get it crispy,
No.
okay.
I told him that.
Have you ever looked at turkey bacon? You
It's
know what it
pink.
looks like? It looks like
A Band-Aid.
yes, but like silly putty almost.
Yeah.
Like thin sliced
don't like
silly putty.
Like a whoopee cushion.
Yeah. I mean, we all tried it when it first came out. Oh, I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to eat turkey bacon. No.
You know the substitute that is healthy that you can actually not tell the difference that I found out last week?
Turkey sausage.
That's a good one too. Ground turkey for your tacos, taco seasoning. I'm telling you, we had it the other night. I'm telling you, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, babe, really? I'll go to ground beef. I'll go across the street and get some ground beef. She's like, no. She's like, no, like you won't be able to tell the difference. I'm like, all right, cool.
I disagree.
I really
a little
couldn't.
bit.
It was great.
The more that I've used the turkey, the more I'm like, yeah, you really can tell the difference. Yeah. At first, I was like, oh, you can't tell the difference. A lot of it's to fool the kids too. But like, even they're like, what is this? I'm like, it's turkey. Like, why? I said it was in the freezer.
What can you tell
Fooled
the difference?
me.
Yeah. Can you tell the difference in Roth Johnston or turkey sausage?
Turkey sausage.
Yeah. Got him.
Got him.
These nuts.
I mean, if you want to make turkey burgers, go ahead, use your turkey.
I've got a lot of questions about this. Turkey bacon tastes like a wet biscuit. How in the world that we live in, do you know what a wet biscuit tastes like?
It's that Jerry Jones cut.
Ugh, gross.
I mean, nasty, yeah. Like all that stuff, like those Impossible burgers now.
Ooh.
Think about this for a second, okay? I'm getting my soapbox here. You think you're eating healthy by buying something called an Impossible burger that's made in a factory as opposed to something that's wandering a field eating grass.
Chicken.
Or
Talking about
chicken or pork or like live animals versus processed crap is the word that I'll use in lieu of the one I almost said. But like it comes in a box, it's made in a factory, and everybody goes, it's healthier than beef. No, it's not. Look at the box and look what's in those things. There's words you don't even know what they are. And
What's
you're like,
in
oh, it's
buns?
healthier. It's healthier because it's an Impossible Burger. It's made with meat. You know what that means? It probably has like one leaf in it or something like that. But that was the craze for a while, man. The Impossible
Burger. Oh, yeah. Black bean burgers?
Black bean burgers are fine.
They're
You're using
okay.
black beans. It's,
Yeah.
but-
Robin used to have a turkey burger wrapped in lettuce, and it had like a Chipotle mayo on it, and it came with like lettuce, tomato, and
that sounds good.
And or it came with onion, pickle, and tomato on it. It was good. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it sounds really
the
good.
lettuce wraps are good, but they're hard to stay together. You know, you
Yeah.
take that first bite and it all collapses on your plate. Now you got a turkey burger bowl.
I had a wedge salad last night. I'll send you guys a picture of it at 3rd Street Social. Might be my new favorite salad. And I've
Ooh.
always had a wedge salad, but it's never been in the top 3.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, the slice of bacon I got was not turkey bacon. It was a large strip of bacon. Hey, coming up next, we're going to wrap up what we talked about earlier about would you rather go against Myles Garrett or Paul Skeens? Because we're going to take 2 pros, one that plays baseball, one that plays football, and talk about what the hardest thing in sports to do is. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Carlos Esteves, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, my friends over at the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 are doing great things all over Kansas City. And now they're saying, hey, join us right now. There's absolutely no cost to become a partner contractor with the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. If you're an HVAC contractor, they'll provide a flexible workforce for your project demands, timelines, and economic conditions. The Sheet Metal Workers will help adjust the size, skills, and deployment of your workforce to maximize effectiveness during the times when you need it the most, giving you the power to bid every project that suits your business model. They'll provide you with the best trained manpower specifically for the HVAC industry, along with training for your current employees. And Local 2 has spent over 137 years developing relationships within the communities we serve. And there's absolutely no downside. It's completely free with zero obligation. Just straightforward information on how they help grow your business and profit margins. Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. We're at Old Union with a new perspective on business. Learn more at sheetmetal2.org.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I own a coffee shop, and I wanted to label everything with our logo.
That's ambitious.
Cups, boxes, bags.
Ooh, that'll add up.
Not at all, because right now, Staples prints custom labels for 30% off.
30% off? That's shockingly affordable branding.
Yep, now our logo and URL are seen all over town.
Brand your business for less at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in-store, online, or in the app by 4/18 to unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Men, we all know how important sex is in a relationship, both for you and your partner. But erectile dysfunction ruins sex, which can often have serious impacts on your relationship as well. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if ED is a problem in your life, you understand the impacts it has on you and the one you love. But I'm here to tell you that ED is a treatable condition, and almost without exception, you can have really good sex again. At Heartland Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men with protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, good sex will be the norm. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a level of intimacy for you and your partner that might just astound you both. It's time to have really good sex again, so call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
No! It's just a golf lesson, champ. Loosen up. I can't. See that Hyundai Santa Fe? Yeah. I only paid. Finish up on your own. I gotta run.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry, offer ends March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
During Lowe's Pro Savings Days, the job works in your favor. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members buy more and save more on materials they rely on every day. Get up to 25% off select molding when you spend $1,000 or more, and up to 25% off Pergo Evercraft laminate flooring. Put Pro Savings Days to work for you. Members get more at Lowe's. Valid through 3/27. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit the Pro Desk or Lowes.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
My buddies are out here saying Dusty's no longer credible. He's reading ball sack news on the air.
Are you? Yeah, ball sack sports.
It's even in my own friend group. This guy's a clown.
Here's some interesting news from the NBA this morning. The Board of Governors has approved a vote for the league to explore bids and applicants for expansion teams exclusively in Las Vegas and Seattle. Like, there you go. Like, why are we even bothering? Just award those 2 franchises and let's just move on with this whole debate. It's going to be about $7 to $10 billion for each team to join the league. Divided by 30 owners, that's a lot of billions for each owner to have. They say it's the high end, it's $20 billion. You know, that's a little less than $1 billion per owner for these 2 new teams to come into the NBA. Again, watering down the talent pool even more in professional sports. But that's just my soapbox on that.
No, yeah. Bill Simmons kept saying, I don't know if they're going to get the vote. And I was like, nah, they're going to get the vote because they care about the money.
The money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't make basketball sense. Vegas doesn't deserve a team. They're way too close to Salt Lake City. There's a million reasons why they shouldn't have a team, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and it doesn't. The opportunity to cash in is all these owners care about.
Yes.
And if they're all going to get close to $1 billion a piece to do this, what's the salary cap in basketball? $150 million going into next year, roughly, a little bit less than they thought it was going to be, which is very intriguing. So it's going to be like $150 million, right? Say everybody gets roughly $1 billion. That's essentially 8 years of not having to worry about paying for your players if the salary cap remains right around that area of about $150 million per year. So why wouldn't the owners vote to expand? Those 2 new teams are going to be paying their bills for the foreseeable future. It's a business move. Doesn't mean it's good.
No. Seattle is great, but
Kansas City. Just talent-wise, though, I don't think we need the 2 teams.
No, we don't, but I think we have enough.
And Vegas is always going to do. There's always going to be people to go to games, and I really thought the NBA would be the first, not the last, to go to Las Vegas.
So we talked about earlier. Would you rather go? Do you think you'd have a better chance of going up against Myles Garrett and blocking him 100 times, or to hit a fair ball off of Paul Skeens if you had 100 swings? And somebody said it's not even close, Dusty. That's not even close. You got to have a better comparison than that hidden 99 to 100 miles per hour, and then trying to hit an 89 mile an hour fast or slider or changeup. No chance. No effing chance. I don't know what that means, but we all agreed. I think we all agreed that if we had to take the opportunity, would go against Myles Garrett than we would against Paul Skeens. Is that fair to say?
Yeah,
I would do Skeens, but
okay, you said
it's
Skeens.
just me. Yeah,
this was
I don't know, my favorite defensive player of all time, Ed Reed, talk with Mookie Betts about what's the hardest thing to do in sports and maybe what's the second hardest thing to do in sports.
Is hitting the baseball the hardest thing in sports?
I think it's I think it's by far the hardest.
I think that and being a cornerback in football.
Oh, I'm sure corner. Like that's a different athlete.
Yeah.
Like that's probably
That's the two hardest positions in sports to me. I mean, two hardest things to do would be a cornerback and hit a baseball.
Yeah. I feel like you have a better chance. Now, I'm not debating anything. You have a better chance lucking up in the quarterback making a bad throw or something and stopping the receiver. There is no chance you're getting lucky to hit a baseball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Real shit.
That's crazy.
No chance.
Yeah, that's a
There's
pin drop.
no chance.
Let me just be honest with you.
No
It ain't
chance.
happening.
No.
It ain't happening.
Baseball is like, I do it every day and I don't be hitting that thing.
So Mookie Betts telling you that what it is, but I do agree. Like playing cornerback in the NFL, insanely tough.
So hard.
And we've had this discussion before. Like, what's harder to beat? To play cornerback in the NFL or play safety is what we used to have back in the day. Like with football talk, and it's like, well, safety, you're like a center fielder, but one slight move as a safety, you've ruined a deep pass. Whereas like playing a corner, man, you're playing backwards, right? Like you're always like running backwards against a wide receiver.
I don't really think there's any debate. I think corner's a million times more difficult than safety, right?
Sure.
Yeah, because
100%.
like you said, you're running backwards the whole time and you're covering somebody and you got to worry about moves that guy. Like there's so much that goes into playing corner. That's why when you had a guy like Trent McDuffie who you didn't hear from all game, you go, that guy's doing his job. It's impressive. It's interesting. The second toughest thing to do in sports, I don't know, hit a golf ball for me would probably be up there, you know?
But it's still sitting there.
I know, but it's still very impossible. Look at you yesterday. You went out and you've played for how many years? You're like, I hope I can break 100 today, right? Like that's how hard the game of golf is. I don't think people give golf enough credit for being as difficult as it is because you say, oh, the ball's just sitting there on a tee, and every AH is slicing it into the woods, busting a window of the house, topping it. You know, like we've all been on the golf course before. I don't think hitting a golf ball gets enough credit for one of the hardest things to do in sports.
That's a good one. Something in hockey would probably be up there. I don't know specifically what.
I don't know, being a goalie and taking a shot, you know, like 100-mile-an-hour puck flying at you.
Unbelievable.
There's no normal person who could block Myles Garrett out 1,000 times.
Yes,
This is
we know.
100 times, and we know that's the
right.
answer.
Yes, we know.
But like, what would we rather have a chance at doing? And I just know that I'm going to get absolutely murdered by Garrett Miles, and I know that that's going to happen. But again, I know for a fact that I'm not going to see the ball.
Right.
Like, what do you say about baseball? See ball, hit ball?
hit ball, yeah.
Real easy to say, really hard to do. And it's not happening, man. Not happening. Like, I'm just
It's not.
And it's my
It's
opinion.
not.
You can have your opinion, and I'm very well aware that if I fall down, it doesn't count as Myles Garrett being blocked. But there's the case in point that Myles Garrett could slip coming around the edge, could absolutely obliterate me and put me in the ground and just stand over my body, but at least I was there to block him. There's no chance, not one in the million.
He hangs a curve.
It doesn't matter. I won't know it's coming.
And that's the thing, like when
And his
Spector used to
curveball's
talk
still
about
86.
he could hit Mariano Rivera if he got
Sure.
10 pitches. No.
Okay. No, I can swing and eventually get lucky. You
Dang,
just heard
Drew
Murphy-
was just in here. I should have asked him.
You know the answer.
Yes, of course, yes, to both.
Oh, I mean,
I think like when I was younger, I thought I could do that kind of stuff, and then you age and you start to really appreciate what these guys are doing and put into perspective, like what they do again in baseball. If you fail 70% of the time, you're a Hall of Famer, and it may be even 35% of the time now with the way that nobody looks at batting average
and in
anymore.
football, if you fail 7% of the time, you're Juwan Taylor.
Dang it.
I'd bring him back.
We talked about it while you were gone, Bob.
I
talked
saw
about it
another
yesterday.
tweet. We talked about it yesterday too. I saw a tweet about it, and I didn't know if it was somebody stealing our topic or not. But they said, you know, low key, bring back Juwan Taylor for no money.
No money. That's the thing, man. Get him back for $3 or $4 million, $5 million bucks.
I mean, nobody's signing him right now,
Nope.
right? He
Nope.
hasn't signed anywhere, and so why?
Most
why?
expensive $5 million ever.
But why wouldn't you bring him back?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that, Marco. That tackle Rasheed Walker was supposed to get $20 million a year. 4 for $80 was what they were thinking he was going to get. He got 1 year for $5 million, $4 million bucks.
Who?
Rasheed Walker, he's a tackle. He's in the right tackle. He got signed by the Packers. He was supposed to get 4 for $80. He got 1 for $4. And so that's what brought up the Jawan Taylor conversation for me. It's like, okay, this market's dying. You get Jawan Taylor for $4 or $5 million, I'd consider.
I mean, if you get Jawan Taylor for $4 million, you absolutely do that. But unless it just got to that point where it just doesn't going to work anymore. I don't know what the dynamic was inside the locker room, as they always like to say, or with the organization and whoever. But I mean, from a playing standpoint, he's not a bad football player.
And I think this is here's the other thing too, is that like somebody says Myles Garrett could push you down with your pinky. Paul Skeens could strike me out with an 80-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah.
And Paul Skeens hasn't touched 80 in I don't know how long, since he was in middle school.
Yeah.
And then
13.
real quick, this comes from the 75. Can I get a shout out to my eldest son, Kevin? He turned 16 today. Pray for me and the driving lessons. Bob, any advice on the driving tips for a parent?
Just let him go. You have to let him go. You can't sit there and worry every day.
Break.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, but you know, here's what I would do when I would drive with the girls. Okay, I would sit in the driver's seat and I would immediately get on my phone, and I would pretend I wasn't paying attention, because if I was to that point, I would overreact like their mother did all the time, and that's why they didn't like driving with her, because do this, just chill in the passenger side, get your phone out, pretend like you're not paying attention. You obviously are, and just be calm. Don't yell, don't scream, don't do the turn. Like that doesn't help anybody when you do that kind of stuff. So just be chill, be calm, be collected, and let your kid do their thing.
You have any advice to tell your kids what about fake accounts not to read?
Yeah, all the time. I say don't get on social media. Yeah.
Somebody says you can fall for fake accounts, you can be a radio host. That's fair.
Everybody's falling for a fake account.
It happened to me today, Bob. No, we'll get back into hopefully the more credible news throughout the day today whenever we get back tomorrow.
I mean, Orlovsky's doing the same stuff you are. He's just making up his own information. You know?
At least I own it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you're not running from
Suck
it.
it, haters.
Orlovsky's like, well, the game wasn't that big. It was a national championship game, Dan. Nah, it's not that big.
You get a drop there for the 2026 bracket?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. What a day. It was going so well. And then Roth Johnstein. Yeah, I was looking for a huge ass in the Home Depot store.
Yeah.
Am I worse than the guy that fell for, what was the name that we, what was his name? The guy that we played last week that Bob told us to grow up?
Oh,
Dixon.
Dixon, my ass.
Yeah. What was
Yeah,
word?
you didn't fall for that.
Yeah, at least it didn't involve her Dixon, my ass.
Yeah.
I just
may
fell
get
for
you.
Roth Johnstein.
Yeah. You're a selfish ass.
100% I am, and I own it. Oh, man. Suck it, haters. Oh, man. Everybody's a tough guy on the text line because everyone's like, you get absolutely destroyed by Myles Garrett. 0% chance. You wouldn't touch Paul Skeens.
Nobody's saying we would. It was a conversation. I hate when people go, you can do neither. Okay, then just don't have the conversation.
And somebody wants to know if you have any free codes you can give them for the Royals
Yeah, right.
TV.
Royals TV. You can, yeah.
Get bent.
Get bent. Like the people like emailing us and texting us privately, DMing. Do you have any free? No.
Suck it, haters. Coming up tomorrow, we'll read real accounts. I promise I'll do better. I'm going to go home and go to detention and have a Surfside. Go do something nice for somebody. You never know. It can change their day, their week, their month, their year. I'm Lusty Dykins. It's Bob Fescoe, Mac Morey. Coming up next, it's Cody Golden Drew from 10 to 2. Suck it, haters.
Good morning, Kansas City. It's Jack Caglione, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Weekday morning starting at 6, right here on 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. 96.5 The Fan. You already know that every Royals game is right here on 96.5 The Fan. But if you're looking for more Royals coverage, tune in to hear Royals insider Josh Fernier